I see the this is DJ
Yeah. If you looked at my life, you see what I see. Pitfalls, brick walls, all of this in front of me. Strain on my brain from the pain that's up under me. Strange days, but I can't change what becomes of me. Trials and tribulations, I was raised with segregation, not from colors, but from neighborhood and gang affiliations. This what I was facing, coming up in Revelations. By the age of 14, introduced me to the banging. Stranger was my homeboy, Snoopy was my OG. Rudy was a shot caller, Tweety was the BG. This was 89 when the murder rate was critical. East Los Angeles was scandalous and physical. I was right there in the middle of it all, trying to find my way of life, and I sacrificed it all. Taught me everything about the game.
All right, check 1 2 1 2. Welcome everyone to the G-Lew Show After Hours Live. I am G-Lew. Yeah, what's up, everyone? Welcome everyone to the show. Shout out to Teddy Smith. Shout out to our producer DD Hairston. Everyone in the chat. Saturday night it's a little bit different for me. I usually don't do this on Saturdays, right? It's usually conversations in the hookah lounge, but we decided to do something special tonight. Because we've been in talks with our guests for tonight for some time now, right? Hold on 1 second. Let me get some shit straightened out here. There we go. Let me see. Can you see me now? Can you see me now? Okay, check it out. Because we've been trying to get in, we've been in contact with our guests for some time now, trying to make this happen, and the dates always seem to kind of fall out of place. So we got it cracking tonight. Like I said, our special guest for this evening is the beautiful Theresa Jenkins from Atlanta, Georgia. She has a real deep story. You know what I mean? Real deep story. She's a self-proclaimed author, best-selling author with the book Diary from Hell is the name of her book. Been doing real well. She's been blowing up everywhere. Been on a lot of different platforms. She's an advocate for a lot of different um, things that go against what she talks about in the book, and some of those things are sex trafficking, rape, a lot of different things that have to do with women. So this should be a great episode. I've been very eager to interview more women. Lately, I interview homies all the time and interview a lot of people, but I've been wanting to interview a lot of more women lately. So I'm glad I'm getting a chance to interview Miss Jenkins tonight. Should be a great interview. Want to give a shout out to our sponsor, Street Level Clothing, our producer, DD Hairston, BTP Media Group, the GLewShow.com. We can go to the website, get apparel like we got the G-Lew Show shirts. We got all the music. We just released a new EP, Soul of the Streets, produced by Maniac. So you go check all of that out at the website, right? So give me a minute while we get this thing together. Try to get this interview cracking. No, she hasn't. So we just give me 1 minute while we try to get this together as well. Let me see. While I wait on our guest to pop up. Pamela Taylor, what's up, sweetheart? Good evening. Shout out to everyone out there this Saturday evening tuning into the G-Lew Show. Like I said, it's something different. I know you're probably used to seeing DD and the ladies tonight, so it's gonna be me, G-Lew, tonight for a double up interview with the beautiful Miss Theresa Jenkins whenever she shows up. So what we'll do, we'll take a quick break. try to get everything together. We'll come right back in 1 minute.
Send some words of encouragement. Y'all stay focused. Y'all keep working hard. Believe in yourself. Prove everybody that doubts y'all wrong. Show up every day. Stay pure. Keep your heart pure. Stay motivated. Stay inspired. Show love to your people. From never.
This is DJ Mania.
Yeah. This is the soul of the streets. OG G-Lew from the almighty BC. I'm just gonna speak my truth, speak facts. DJ Maniac. Yeah, hey. G-Lew, soul of the streets. I'm ahead of my time, 2023. Back with my homie Maniac on the beat. We represent the 215, the 213, 267, the 323, the 818, the 445. We spit that fire, the San Quentin, I shoot that wire. Going higher than I've ever been. Fired on my fake friends, got it out the mud, now I'm swimming in the deep end. Homie, this is the life. Sacrifice my years, all my tears, all my fears. Now I'm living on the edge, homie. Never wanna chase pussy, I chase bread. Don't take meds to shake feds. Don't wear red, no offense though, homie. Still need bloodshed. Back from the dead to shed my light, spread my truth. I tell no lies, I bear raw fruit. If money is the root, then our souls are the evil. Cause we living for the dollar, like Marvin said. Homie, make me wanna holler. It's like politics as usual. It don't matter who you know. This is how we get it though. We cop it, chop it, split it down the middle. Fuck the middle, man, cuz we do no riddles. Shout out to my homie Pizzle, Chill Will, Flossy B, Hank Jizzle, Queen Jean, and DD. In the name of the almighty BC, I'ma keep it 3G. Yours truly, cuz G-Lew, soul of the streets. I'm the soul of the streets, homie. G-Lew. 89 original. Been there, done that, done it all, seen it all, lived it all. Just trying to give a call to the wild, to the youth, to the truth. DJ Maniac, you did that.
Man, where they doing it at, man. You know what I'm saying? We out here chilling. G-Lew in the town, man. We out here smoking good, doing what we do. Peace, man. We gonna stay in traffic, like David and Grace.
Chilling with my boy Malik. Spellman, Dr. Ism, we here.
Yeah, live on the G-Lew show.
Where they doing it at, like that right there.
Where they done it and do it and scripting and scrapping.
That part.
And, you know.
Okay. Okay. I think they said she's trying to log in now, so we'll just give her a minute while she tries to get it together. Again, welcome everyone to the show. You know I'm G-Lew. Give me 1 second here. Okay. I think we have our guest. Let me see. I think we have her here. There she is.
Hi.
Hello. Good evening. So you figured it out, huh?
Yeah, I figured it out. It was kind of hard.
Okay. What was hard about it? What happened?
I kept putting the link into my Google and it was saying Safari, and I get those things kind of.
Oh, okay.
Because I have an iPhone 13.
Right. Look at you trying to. I got an iPhone 13 too now. No, I was just playing. But nah, sometimes it's easier to log in from that YouTube link opposed to the StreamYard link. A lot of people seem to have that problem. I don't know if that was what you did. But you're here now, so that's all that matters. You there?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So everyone, we have the beautiful Miss Theresa Caldwell Jenkins live on the G-Lew show after I was live. Thank you for joining us tonight, sweetheart. How are you?
I'm doing well. I'm doing well.
Okay, okay. Well, won't you go ahead and introduce yourself to the people, please? Let them know who you are, what you got going on, and what we're going to talk about tonight.
My name is Theresa Caldwell Jenkins. I'm a survivor of human trafficking. I was sex trafficked from the age of 7 to 11. I lived on the streets until I was like 12 or 13, went into foster care. I was a high school dropout, teenage pregnancy. I sold drugs. I just lived a life of just the horrific ripple effect of being sex trafficked. I now have a nonprofit organization that helps other young teens and women and men around the world with human trafficking. I mentor the youth. I'm a published author. I'm also a college graduate, and I am living
Beautiful,
a better
beautiful,
life than
beautiful.
I was back then.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I just had to do. I'm sorry. I had to do that. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh, it's okay. It's okay. I spend most of my time traveling the country working in the medical field. Right now, I'm pursuing a nursing degree because I have plans in the future of opening a domestic violence human trafficking shelter.
Right. Right. Yeah, I see that you. I follow your channel. I see that you're traveling a lot all the time doing medical work. I mean, how does that work? Like, why do you travel? Is there a purpose for that? Like, the reason you do travel a lot and do a lot of medical work abroad?
Well, the connection with traveling is healthcare. Um,
Okay.
I'm attracted to the healthcare field because when I was younger, going through what I went through as a kid, I felt a lot of comfort in going to the hospitals. And I remember the nurses always comforted me, and doctors, I have this certain type of trust that I have with healthcare workers. So I went to school and got into the laboratory technician field, and as I stated, I'm pursuing a degree now in nursing. I want to become a nurse practitioner so I can diagnose and treat and help in the mental health field.
Right. Okay. And what was your initial degree in? I heard you said you had a degree before that.
Medical
What did you?
technology.
Oh, medical technology. So what is the difference with medical technology and what you're wanting to get? Like, what is the difference of those?
Basically, medical technology, we just work with laboratory testing, laboratory medicine. When you come to the doctor, you get your blood tests, any type of pap smears, histology, hematology, micro. We deal with all the laboratory testing behind the scenes in the medical field.
Right. Right. Okay. And medical field is real part. Like a lot of women, even in my family, like I have cousins. My grandmother was in the medical field, worked at the hospital. My baby's mother, she's in the medical field. A lot of women, even like I said in my family, are in the medical field. What is it that draws women or women of color or whatever the case to the medical field? If you have an answer for that.
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you.
Okay, I was saying, being that I even have a lot of women in my family in the medical field, that work in the medical. What is it that do you think draws women to the medical field, or women of color, or whatever the case may be, to get into the medical field?
I think what draws a lot of women to the medical field is caring. Women
Right,
are natural nurturers by heart. And when we see someone sick or not feeling well, we're naturally drawn to take care of a child or loved one or a sick person.
right. Okay, I was just curious. And where did you grow up, Teresa?
So I have my shirt on.
Cincinnati. Okay,
Yes,
Ohio,
Cincinnati,
the
Ohio.
home of the funk.
Let me turn something off real quick.
That's
Let me
the
see if I
home of
can.
the funk right there.
That's the who?
That's the home of the funk.
Oh yes. Born and raised downtown Cincinnati, Ohio. Um, I'm from the Over the Rhine area. I would like to throw a shout out to the Lincoln Courts, Laura Holmes, OTR. That's where I
Okay.
was born and raised. That's my hood. Lynn Street.
That's right. That's right. That's right. Shout out to Cincinnati. How was it growing up in Cincinnati? You seem like you're very proud of being from Cincinnati. How was it growing up in Cincinnati? I mean, prior to things that took a turn for you. How was it growing up in Cincinnati?
Um, I can really, all I can tell you is what happened to me started at the age of 7.
Hmm.
The abuse and everything. Um, Cincinnati is a very diverse city.
Hmm.
I don't remember really growing up with a lot of racism. Like I didn't actually experience it myself. I had a lot of different friends from different nationalities. There's a lot of crime there, a lot of drugs.
Hmm.
But one thing that I can say about people from Cincinnati is that we stick together.
Right.
There's this family thing, like, and it goes on forever, years and years and years. We do stick together no matter what. But Cincinnati it's okay. It's gotten better than what it was when I was younger. But I left there in 1994 and I moved to Atlanta, and I've been in Atlanta ever since.
ATL. Okay. Yeah, I see you representing ATL a lot. So you've been there since you were young, then, actually, huh? Coming
Yes,
up in Atlanta.
yes.
That's dope. What was it about Atlanta? I mean, I know what about Atlanta. I've lived in Atlanta too, and it's a great city and a lot of great young black people doing their thing. Is beautiful, love and all that. What drew you to Atlanta? Why may I ask?
Well, in the book, I talk about how I ended up in Atlanta. I had got into some trouble in Cincinnati,
Hmm.
and I had to leave Cincinnati on the run. I had a court case that I was running from, so I went to Atlanta. A friend of mine had took me to Atlanta. uh, I had rode down there on a trip with him, and I had never been out of Cincinnati ever.
Right.
And I went to Atlanta with him, and I came back, him and some other friends and a cousin of mine. And I came back, and when I got into that trouble, I just thought about, like, where can I go? And Atlanta was the only place I had ever been. So that's how I ended up in Atlanta. And I write about it in the book as well.
Right. Okay. That's dope. So speaking about well, I mean, I'm just want to jump to the book because I just want to get a little bit of your story even before we get to you writing the book. So you said things kind of started for you with the situations when you were 7 years old. I don't know if you can speak on it, but what were some of those things that started these things in your life? If I may ask.
Well, my mother was she was a drug addict, and
Okay.
to be honest, didn't really know who my father was. I was told multiple men was my father. I have one man who did sign my birth certificate, and that's who I deal with now. But was told multiple men was my father. There was a lot of poverty going on in the household, alcoholism, mental health issues, and we were left in the care of our great aunt. And
Hmm.
she dealt with a lot of things that were going on in the community. She was, from what I found out after I got older, she had been to prison for murder. She had basically been pimped herself,
Hmm.
and I just basically, me and my sister were just caught up in all of that. And she, I guess because of everything that she was going through, she started selling us to men in our neighborhood for sex.
Mm. Wow. And that started at as early as 7 years old.
Yes, at seven
Wow.
years old.
Wow.
I experienced broken arms, verbal abuse, mental abuse. I can remember even, as a kid, you don't remember everything, but some things do come back to you at times. I was
Hmm.
always going to the doctor, and I always had to get these shots. And, I can remember the smells, having, just, having discharge from, as a little girl. I I take it I was having venereal diseases. Um, just dealing with so much at that time, and children's services was involved, but they really didn't do anything. I was a black kid from a low income neighborhood, and I can remember she broke my arm one time and I was sent right back to the home. Another time, because my mother was in and out of the household. My mother was on drugs, as I stated, and she was abusing Ritalin at the time.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember her telling me to go to a doctor's office with her, and she told me to touch everything in the doctor's office, just keep touching everything. And I did. And I remember the police came in and kicked in our door, and they took me and my sister to a place called the Allen House. We went to the Allen House. We stayed there for a while. And while I was there, because they found Ritalin in the household, they started giving me Ritalin, which is
Mm.
given to children for ADHD.
Right.
So I started taking Ritalin probably for like 7 years, and I was
Mm-hmm.
never diagnosed to be on Ritalin.
How were you as a kid? 7, 8, 9, 10, however old you were. All of those ages are very young to experience such traumatic things as a youngster. How were you able to? Because I know, when you're kids, you take things in differently. You don't really understand what they are, like how you would now, and what that really was or meant at the time. You're just a kid, and you're just dealing with, like, as kids. If we're poor or rich, whatever, we don't know. We're just kids. So how are you taking all of this in? I'm sure these things are wrong and not comfortable and all of these things. How are you taking this in as a kid, and who did you have, if anyone, to turn to? I know it was you and your sister, but your mom was the one, you know, mainly, not on point and things. So who did you guys even have to turn to or to help or anything? And how did you take all of this in at the time?
I had some childhood friends that I would talk to. A lot of times I would be sent to the store to get food or something like that. And I would basically just I knew I was going to get beat. So I would basically just stay out with my friends, and my friends knew what was going on in the
Mhm.
household, because a lot of times the screaming, the yelling, the abuse also extended outside. I can remember at a phone booth, I was standing on a corner, and a lot of my friends from school in the neighborhood was standing around, like, just outside playing, and she took the phone from the phone booth, and she was just yelling at me because I didn't come back to the house when she told me to, and she came out looking for me, and she bust my head wide open with the telephone.
Mm.
So a lot of,
Wow.
a lot of release was just talking to my friends. I didn't get my hair combed. I didn't have nice clothing. I didn't have anything like that. So basically, my friends were like my release.
Right.
Sometimes I was being kept in a closet. Um,
Mm.
and when she would keep me in a closet, I remember as a kid, I would just daydream. I would dream about, wanting, just having dreams like any kid would. I would dream about wanting to be with my mother and my father. I would dream about how I would see my friends, or at school or even in the neighborhood, they had their mother or their father around. I would just dream about, just go off into that whole realm of just dreaming about me having my mother and father there in my life.
Right.
Being in school, I was made fun of because I didn't have the proper clothing like other kids had.
Kids
They
can be
made fun
brutal.
of me. It was
Kids can
horrible.
be brutal.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah, so, I dealt with a lot of low self-esteem issues. And I took that even into my adulthood. I dealt with a lot of low self-esteem issues, learning how to love myself. I never, you know, like my body, most women value their body. I never valued my body. My body was just, like, it was just here. I
Right.
never looked at myself and said, "Oh, this is my body. I have to protect myself." Any man could come along and just, if they wanted to sleep with me, that wasn't an issue. I felt like that was all that I had to offer a man. And that's because of the learned behavior of what I was taught as a child.
Right. Wow. I mean, this is just so deep. I mean, it's like because you can look like say if someone looks at your social media, your Instagram. I mean, you're always, and which is great, you know what I mean? Because I'm sure you've been through so much, and you're a rejuvenated woman and everything. But you seem so happy, and which you are, I'm sure you are. But everything, like, you would never know. I'm sure guys too. Maybe I'm sure they be all in your DM trying to holler and all that, and you probably be like, you have no idea, about me. How was that even like say when you deal with that with people who don't know you, and may uh what's the word I'm looking for? May assume or just think this or that, and then you meet them and like they learn about your story and how deep it is in you as a person opposed to what they see, because that's perception. Like what we have as humans, and especially with social media and all that. How do you deal with things like that?
Well, I've had a lot of guys, as you stated, they try to talk to me. They're in my DMs or whatever.
Hmm.
Some will read my bio and then they'll go like, what? And then we'll have a conversation and I'll let them know what I've been through because I don't hide it.
Right.
I've
Exactly.
had
That's what I
people.
respect, because even now you've given me a lot. We haven't got into the story deep, and I'm just like, wow.
Yeah, I've had guys that once they, read my story, they're like, I don't think I can deal with you.
Right.
I've had men
Wow.
that ask me, can you love? Do you know how to love someone? Um, you know, my response is and will always be that it's my responsibility to heal myself. I don't place that responsibility on anyone. I do suffer from post traumatic stress syndrome. I'm a loner by nature. If you notice on my pictures, you really don't see me with anyone.
Right. Right.
I'm
I ain't
always
mad
by
at that. I'm the
myself.
same way. I'm the same way. I ain't mad at that. Go ahead.
Yeah, I have trust issues at times, but um, I've been married and the
Okay.
marriage didn't last because of some of the things that I went through as a child. At the time, I wasn't healed and I hadn't healed myself. I hadn't went through any type of therapy as an
Right.
adult. I've been through a lot of therapy as a child, but that therapy is totally different when it comes to being an adult because you have to learn how to have a social social relate you have to learn how to have social relationships with people that are your age. You have to
Right.
be mature, have mature conversations. You want to be able to love someone, to love a person from a perspective of you know trust, being able to trust someone when they're not around, being able to trust that they won't hurt you physically and mentally or verbally, being able to tell someone your story and when there's an issue or a problem, they don't bring it back up and use it against you. So those are some issues that I've had to deal with in the past. I'm very closed off. I don't really deal with too many people, but when I do deal with people, I deal with them genuinely from the heart, and they know that. Um, like I stated, I had to heal myself. I had to get myself healed. I had to learn how to love. I had to learn how to trust people, especially, and this may sound a little strange, but especially Black men, because
Hmm.
what happened to me as a child in my neighborhood were Black men. So
Hmm.
I grew up with this stigma that Black men always hurt and harm you. So I had to get past that. I had to learn that don't only come from Black men, it come from all men. But
Right.
we all know as children you're like sponges and you soak in everything that you see. So the only
Right.
person that I saw as male figure were Black men that were hurting me. And even now sometimes when I go through a situation with a Black male, it'll pop up in my head, but because of the healing and I'll say, no, that's not a great thought. It's not good to think that way. You cannot think that way. That's not true. So, yeah, I've dealt with a lot when it comes to men.
Mm. Wow. Speaking, because that was going to be my next question, but you answered it saying that you were married. Because I was going to ask you about relationships, how you deal with them, and when was it, or what was it relationship, or at what point were you able to like you said, feel comfortable being in a relationship, and like you said, not having not having your partner feel some type of way, or like you said, with everything you've dealt with, have that rub off on the relationship, or whatever the case may be. So even you getting married, how were you? When did you know that like you obviously said it didn't work and you weren't healed, but um like even going into that relationship, how was it at this point? Do you look for a certain type of man? Do you try to avoid certain things? Or because sometimes these things can trickle to the effect where these are the type of man you choose too, and you don't even know it. You know what I mean? And you deal with that same type of shit. Excuse me. So how were you able to deal with that, or how did you deal with that?
What I learned about myself when it comes to men is that I always choose the bad boy.
Right.
The men like
Most
that I,
women do.
the men like what I saw in my neighborhood. Um, I choose the bad boy, but I want him to act like a good
They
boy.
want that, right,
You
right.
know what I'm
That's what all
saying?
the women want. They want that dude, but want different outcomes, or want him to be good for them,
Right,
but
right,
knowing he's
right,
bad. That's what you were attracted to. Go ahead.
right. um, but I when it comes to relationships, in my marriage, it was after the marriage when I saw a lot of things that I was dealing with. You know, with my husband, it was horrible. I would see him. I mean, I would go off in public, scream,
Hmm.
holler. He had some issues too. He
Hmm.
did things that would trigger me, but I don't think he was aware because he didn't know really the extensive of abuse that I had been through. He knew I had went through some abuse, but he didn't know how extensive it was.
Right.
Um, and it was after the marriage where I had to take a look back and say, you know what? I don't want to be that person anymore. I don't want to act like that in no relationship anymore. I just
Hmm.
don't want to live life like that anymore. So I went through healing therapy. I
Hmm.
learned how to be quiet, calm, how to be feminine, um, how not to always be on guard. Um, you know, I would wake up every morning with my heart racing, you know,
Mm.
like like it was like waiting for something to happen. That's not a good feeling. You don't want to live life like that. I would because well, the reason why I was like that was because as a child, when I would wake up, sometimes I would wake up out of my woken up out of my sleep being beat.
Mm.
So it was a constant thing. So every time I would wake up, I would wake up with my heart racing, basically almost having a panic attack. And I just had to change that. If I didn't see him, I would go into a mode where, oh, he's getting ready to leave me. That was associated with my parents. It was just like I forgot what it's called, disassociation disorder. That's what I suffered
Mhm.
with. I had to know where he was at all times. I had to keep calling him all day, making sure that he was still around,
Mhm.
and that wasn't fair to him and it wasn't fair to me. So I had to heal myself. I had to get myself together because I don't want to do anyone like that.
Right, right. Wow. Um, aside from relationships, well, speaking on relationships, how was it later on as you got older or even grown? I don't know at what point or how bad it was with between you and your mother. But at some point, did you guys get anything together? How did that turn out with you and your mom?
No, my mother and it just, I tried to forgive. Um, I found myself always angry, always just always upset.
Right.
Um, always feeling like there was so many unanswered questions. I would ask her questions, she couldn't give me the answer. I even went through a thing where she was having television shows call me asking to go on shows to talk about my book. She made a comment one time that if it wasn't for her, I wouldn't have a book.
Mm.
She wants some of my money. I mean, just all type of stuff. That was
So
very hurtful.
is she more so in denial, or is she just being stubborn, or what is it with what is it with her doing all these things, knowing that you're the one that suffered from all of this?
I would say it's selfishness, and her herself not being healed. I didn't really know much about my mother's past until I became an adult. And I
Mhm.
found out my mother had her first child at 14. She got pregnant at
Mm,
13. She had a child at 14. She got pregnant again at 14 and had another child at 15. That
mm,
child died at 3 months. And then she got pregnant with me at 16 and had me at 17. She had another child. She had other children out in Los Angeles that I never even met. I have a sister and brother that I've never met at all. Didn't find out about them until 2009. She had them while she was in prison in LA.
wow.
So she's never healed. She's never went through any type of counseling or anything. So as I stated, that's just the healing process, that you're responsible for healing yourself. And she's never
Right.
done that. So she's 60 something years old. She's still living that life and that mentality. She's been in and out of prison all of her life. So that's the way that she was dealing with me. And I had to make a choice. And the
Mhm.
choice was either I'm going to deal with you from that perspective, or we're going to go to counseling, get ourselves healed, and have a great relationship. She didn't want that. So I had to cut her out of my life. I love her. I'll pray for her always. But this is my life, and I choose to live happy and with no drama. I just can't have a relationship with her.
Right. I understand totally. I just, thought I'd ask about that. You also mentioned you just mentioned you had other siblings as well, but you mentioned earlier your sister, I guess, that you kind of grew up with. What's your relationship now with you and your sister, being that she was there going through with all this with you, and any other family that you are in touch with or are close to?
I don't have a real relationship with my sister. At age 26, she jumped out of a window, of a fourth floor window, and
Oh,
landed on her
wow.
head. So
Man,
she deals with a lot Parkinson's disease and brain
man.
injury. She has children, and she still lives in Cincinnati. They make sure she's okay. She's on a lot of psych medication. You know, I have a brother that's estranged from us. None of us. It's a total. It was a total of six of us. One was deceased, and all of us are estranged from one another. We don't have any type of relationships with one another. I live my own life. I'm out here just doing me. I pray for my siblings, but no, there's no relationship at all. My
Wow.
mother, I can say, as far as the rest of the family, my mother, I'll give you this much that I can say because I can't say too much. My mother is a Clay, and my family is from Louisville, Kentucky.
Oh, okay. Cassius Clay. Being meaning kin to cat. Okay, okay.
My mother is Mary Clay.
Wow. Wow.
So I don't really know anything about that family too much. I went into foster care and I just went on my own.
Wow.
So I'm
I
the only
mean,
one out of her children that don't carry the Clay last name. My sister, all my siblings have the Clay last name. I think my sister Joy does. I think she was adopted, but I'm the only one who don't have the Clay last name. But I don't really know too much about them. I just know that they're from Louisville, Kentucky. My grandmother and them, and my uncles, and they some of them moved to Cincinnati, Ohio. So I don't really know too much about them.
right, right. Well, I mean, is there anyone? I know you mentioned you're a loner and things, but you went to Atlanta, and I don't know. You mentioned you went with someone there. Is there anyone like, I mean, that you so like far as family wise or anything close like that you do associate with? Like, do you have close knit certain people that you deal with?
No.
Wow.
There's no one. There's some on Facebook, like they have befriended me on Facebook, but it's just a hey, how you doing, cuz or whatever. But other than that, no.
But I mean, so how do you get through? I mean, I'm the same way. I don't really deal with people, but I have, but I do have, people and stuff. But I mean, who do you? I mean, you have to. deal with some, like, is there any who is like in your life close to you, like, not even have to be family, someone this, someone you could call?
Yeah, I have one friend. She's from Cincinnati. She's a good friend of mine. She's a nurse.
Hmm.
Her name is Benita Watson. Hey, best friend. That's my best friend. We hold each other down. We don't talk every day, but we're grounded. You know, as I stated, I really truly, when you see me traveling, I'm by myself. I meet people on the job, we get cool or whatever. But I do not have like a circle of friends or people that I constantly like. If anything happened, I could just call on or anything like that. I don't really have that. I have another friend in Atlanta that I've been knowing a long time. She helped me when I was on the run, when I first got to Atlanta. We stay in contact here and there, but I don't really have like a big circle of friends. I don't. I work, I stack my money, I save for a rainy day. I don't have to ask anybody for anything.
I respect that
I,
though.
I
I
own my
respect
own
that.
home.
Right.
My
Right.
kids are all adults. I have two grandsons, and it's just me and my kids.
Right. That's right. I respect that. I do. Um, what was I gonna say? Damn, I lost my train of thought. I was gonna ask you, um, as far as the medical field and things like getting through all, who like was there someone that you looked to, like even when you got into the medical field, gave you uh helped you out far as walking you through it or whatever, or made you really want to pursue that, or even through your journey doing all of this, like was there anyone you can attest any of that to, or show love to?
When I was working in DC, I worked at Unity Healthcare in Washington DC. I
Hmm.
met a doctor. Her name was Dr. Brock, Shayla
Okay.
Brock, and she was from New York by way of South Carolina. And we shared a lot. And I had kind of told her a little bit about my story, and she was a person that really inspired me. She was like, if that's what you want to do, you need to go ahead and do it. I think you will be great, because of what you've been through. You can help so many people. Derica Wilson was another lady. Derica Wilson owns, her and her sister-in-law. They run Black and Missing in DC. She's ex
Hmm.
DCPD cop. While I was there, she was a person that I met, and I shared a lot of what I went through.
Hmm.
You'll probably see her all on the internet. With It's called Black and Missing. It's a platform that helps find people of color, because we don't get the same, you know, publicity as other races do. She was a
Right.
person that really inspired me too. Like, go out and do what it is that you need to do. Your story is going to help a lot of people. You're going to really be great at what you're doing. And I just shared that thing, my idea, and that thing with both of those two ladies, and they really inspired me to move ahead and do what it was that I needed to do. Being in the DC area, Dr. Brock dealt with a lot of women and children that were victims of human trafficking, and Derica Wilson as well. She deals with a lot of human trafficking, especially when people contact her when their children are missing or adults or anything, especially in the Baltimore, Maryland area. So, yeah, those were the two who really inspired me the most to, pursue my dream.
Right, right. Wow. And would you say, during pursuing your dream and going to school and all that, like you said, you pretty much do your own thing aloner and all of this, and you had to. Was this inspiration for you, like to just keep you busy and keep you, what I mean, your mind off everything else, and to say this is just what I want to do, and did that help motivate you to, get through it all and be successful at it, get your
Yes,
degree and all
yes.
that?
Yes, staying in school and pursuing becoming a nurse practitioner, it keeps me busy. Working
Mhm.
in a hospital, I love it. It's, I mean, I feel like it's the safest place to me, especially in my mind when I run across other people that's there that has been through what I've been through. I'm able to talk to them. I work with a lot of young girls, and some of them, some people, because my book has sold all over the world, people come to me, sometimes they'll say, "Oh my God, you're Theresa. I read your book." Well, and they'll ask me questions. I've had parents come up to me and say, "What is it that I need to look out for my teenage son or daughter?"
Right.
Sometimes when I've done these different platforms, people were so unaware that young boys are being trafficked almost as much as young girls. And, they
Wow.
ask me for things to look out for. Um, you know, I love what I do. I love what I do because helping and healing is something that is in my heart.
Right, right. Let me ask you this, because I'm glad you just mentioned that, like even young boys and obviously young women, and I even heard some stuff today, like guy was some guys were kind of just uh kind of talking amongst themselves and talking about different things and women and all this and how this goes on at this place, and I was just like, wow, okay. So it lets me know that, like, I mean, we all know, like, we don't look at it from this standpoint, the dark side of it, like what you're speaking about and all of this trafficking, sex trafficking. But this is where a lot of this stuff starts when you do see the other side of it, when people don't probably think about it when they see, say, women at the strip club, women doing escorting and women on the strip, you know what I mean, and bake or wherever doing their stuff, or even dudes in, involving themselves in these things. They're not thinking about that side, but this is where a lot of this stuff starts at. And sometimes it gets to a point where, do you think women, because this can be something women like, but once you're doing it so much, like you see women that embrace it or do it proudly or whatever. Well, I don't understand they're doing it proudly. They may happen to do what they have to do, but at what point does it get to where women do almost embrace it and they just do it naturally and things of that nature? When it's like, this is a sad situation, really.
It's funny that you say that. When I got to Atlanta, being on the run from the police, that was one of the things that I had started doing. I became a dancer,
Okay.
and I'm well known in Atlanta. A lot of people know me because I did it for 18 years between Atlanta and Miami.
Okay.
Um, so many times, so many times being in the industry as a dancer, I saw some things that almost felt like home to me. I was in a club, my, you know, from a kid being taught that I got to get this money, I got to go out here and, bring this money back. Even though I'm 7, 8, 9 years old, that mentality. Um, I settled into the adult entertainment industry like second nature. I became a dancer. I never had a pimp or anything like that, but
Hmm.
I knew what to stay away from. I knew what to do and what not to do, but I did do some
Hmm.
things that I shouldn't have done. I did have a couple of girls that I knew that had pimps. And a lot of those girls, when I would have conversations with them, they all had one thing in common. They all have been sexually abused as children. They
Hmm.
all have been through some type of molestation or just some type of sexual abuse. A lot of
Right.
them come from families where they had a mother and a father, but there was a lot of turmoil in the household where the mother and father just existed in the household, but wasn't really paying attention to the children. And
Mm.
that's how they were easily caught up into the other situations. So a lot of young women, mom and dad is always gone or whatever, and they meet Tommy, and Tommy is showing them some love, making them feel like they somebody,
Right.
and then it moves from making them feel like they're someone to, they putting them out there, they're sex trafficking them, for
Right.
money. And back then, when it was going on, we didn't call it sex trafficking. We called it, hoeing. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? We called it pimping or whatever. And you have females, I can
Because
remember
that's what I'm gonna
females.
ask you too. Because you, yeah, that's what I was gonna ask you too. What's the different definition? Because some people will hear sex trafficking and really think like, someone getting trafficked or shipped, from another country here and all this weird stuff. And it goes all the way up to, like you just said, someone kind of being pimped or solicited by a pimp or whatever. So what are the different meaning or breakdowns of? Because, like you said, maybe they call it that now when it's something before would have been something different. So, what is the maybe
Well,
definition of sex trafficking?
sex trafficking is when a person is made to sell their body for sex against their own will. They're beaten, verbally abused. Things are taken away from them: food, money, their dignity. All of that is sex trafficking. Human trafficking, it can be work, people that work in nail shops, sweatshops, people that work in restaurants where they're made
Mhm.
to go to work and hand over their money to someone else,
Okay.
and they can't contact their families. It's the same as with sex trafficking. I'm sorry. Um, as I stated, we didn't have a name for it back then. It was just called pimping and whatever. I had an interview with a gentleman. He was from, I think he was from San Diego. And he was
Hmm.
telling me that there were females that were contacting him, asking him, law students, medical students, business students, young girls that came from top of the line schools. They would say, hey, can you put a party together? Because I need some money.
Mm.
That is a difference.
Hmm.
When you have someone that's contacting you, asking you to put a party together so they can prostitute themselves out, that's not sex trafficking to me. That's you doing what you want to do. You're making your own choices to sell your body, and you're obtaining your money yourself. But sex
Right.
trafficking is when someone makes you do it against your will. You're being beat, abused verbally, mentally, and you don't see any of the money. You live in just filth. You're not allowed to contact your family. If you need medical attention, you're not allowed to contact the proper authorities to get help. If you are taken to the doctor, you can't speak for yourself. Someone has to speak for you. All of that is sex trafficking.
Mm. The homie Ray Angel says slavery. Um, let me ask you this. Let me go back a bit briefly. You spoke about you being in Atlanta and in the strips. Of course, the strip clubs are very popular in Atlanta. A lot of girls go there, and like you said, almost find a career in stripping. Until I'm sure they witness other things. But what would you say? Like you just said, even a lot of girls you met that were strippers or had pimps or whatever, been through certain things as a child or whatever that you found out. What would you say like the ratio with women that you would find out that really, get into stripping or adulting or whatever they do, because they really had a past and been through some things that maybe drove them there or mentality or whatever, opposed to the ones that just say a lot of times we don't know if they're just capping as they say or not, but you get some women that just say, I'm just doing this, I'm hustling, I'm, in control of everything, and I do this because I want to, and I'm just getting my money. Boom, 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 boom. Would you say is like the ratio from that to that? Like really, you know what I mean? Because we don't people don't really know what's going on. You just what people hear or whatever.
So the ratio, I would say, from women that are being sex trafficked to women that are actually there getting their money on their own, I would say it would be like I say 3 to 4 women. 3 out of 4 women are actually being sex trafficked.
Mm,
And the reason why I say that is because it's a very articulate situation. You get a lot of females that come into the club with their idea to work and get money. You got a guy that may have 4 or 5 girls in the club working. He's gonna come in and block. He's gonna
right,
block her from getting her money, and he's gonna push her towards him.
right.
And that way, she can't make money to make her bills. She's complaining in the back. Other girls are hearing it, and they're like, "Girl, I know somebody that can help you get all the money you need. All you got to do is just trust him. Girl, he helped me do this, and girl, he helped me do that.
Wow.
That's the conversation. Then you
Right.
even have some guys that are sending their girls after you, and you got to fight them off. You got to
Right.
fight them off like everything with
So you're gonna
everything
have
in
problems
you.
in that club. Right.
Yeah. The club is just
Wow.
like the streets. The
Right.
club
Right.
is just like the streets. You got guys that come in there every day that come in there, and while you working, you don't even know it, but they counting your money. They count how
Mm.
much money you making every day, and they know all the way down to the last dollar.
Wow.
And
That
sometimes they
shit get
may
deep,
come in
huh?
there and give you $400 or $500, and at the end of the night, they're gonna talk to you. They're gonna get that money back.
Wow. That shit get deep.
Oh yeah, real
That
deep. And then you got
wow.
club owners. Some of the club owners are even into the sex trafficking. They got certain girls that come in the club, get that money, and they give that money right back to them. They provide a car, they provide a home. You know, they might all live in one big house, and that
Right.
house may be the whorehouse where those
Right.
girls, when they leave work, they go home and they turn tricks. They meet their tricks in the club. You got girls that don't even work in the club that come into the strip club. They come in the strip club to meet dudes. They come in there, buy drinks. They just come in there to meet dudes so they can find them a trick.
Right. Right. Yeah, that shit get deep. I'm sure in that strip club, there's so many things like people are unaware of. They just your square guy or whoever just going in there to get a dance or whatever, and they like you said, there's a lot going on in there. Um, Let me ask you this too. When you say people, well, two-part question. Since you're speaking on the women in there and what they do and who's in on what, and do you think it's a somewhat form of kind of corruption too? Not like when someone gets corrupted, they may want to go in just like you said. Females want to just come in there thinking, "Whoop, whoop, I got a plan. I'm gonna do this. Won't get my little money in or whatever." Or even a business owner who's just bought the club or doing it by the book, getting his money though. But you run into so many different people in there and so many hustlers and scammers, schemers, and people that come to you with this type of deal, offer a presentation that people somewhat get derailed and do get corrupted and start doing more of the things that they probably weren't initially intending to do.
Yeah, it's funny. Wow. There was one girl that I could remember when
Mm,
she first started dancing. I could remember as clear as day because she went on stage with me.
right.
15 years. She was a law student. 15 years passed. Guess where she's
Hmm.
at?
Mm.
She's still in the club
Still
dancing.
there.
Still there. Never got
Wow.
her law degree. Came from Texas to pursue her law degree. Got to Atlanta, started dancing to make the money, and she's still there. Never ever
Wow.
finished school. I know a couple of girls like that. But then on the flip side, I know a couple of females that are now doctors and nurses that came into the club, did what they had to do, and got out and handled their business.
Do you? Let me ask you this too. Do you have those girls in there, or does this just happen, or what? I mean, in this day and age, ain't no telling with these youngsters, but you have a small ratio and percentage of some of these women in there that wind up getting saved, by this quote unquote rapper or something like that. And I'm sure it happens a lot, but it doesn't turn out to where they really get saved. You see some of these people getting married and have all this stuff, right? But
I know
how
one
does
that
that?
married a football player
Okay,
out of the club, and yeah, she's doing very well. Has her own business. I mean, became an ordained minister. She's
wow,
doing very well. Had a child, and yes, she's doing excellent. So
that's great. But I
yeah,
was gonna ask you, how does that work? Like, far as like, do you have women in there that really be quote unquote, already plotting on this? I'm gonna catch me one, or won't you want, or do you guys even look at some of these dudes that come in there and do wind up saving some of these girls as like, like talking about these dude tricks, or like or does it sometimes just really happen where people just really, fall in love? I don't know. You see where I'm going with this? How does that work? That part there, that small ratio.
the only thing I can say about that is you have some females that have that mentality,
Hmm.
because in the club, you got to think about it. You got girls that are from two-parent family homes in the suburbs all the way down to the chicks from the projects,
Right, right, right,
and
right.
everybody is in there with one common goal, and that's to get this money.
Hmm.
So the mentality is so different. You meet Tiffany from Techwood, or that's, I know Techwood isn't around
Yeah, Tech
anymore,
Atlanta. I know
or
about
Ball
Atlanta.
Homes. You got
Right,
her coming up to you, talk to you like, "Hey, how you doing?" Da 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 da. And then you got Shannon, that's from a two-parent family home in the suburbs. She's a college student. She's gonna have a different conversation than a
right,
female
right.
that would be coming from the projects. So
And
a
do
man,
those hold on, not to cut you off, I'm gonna quickly ask this. Do those like you just said, it's like the streets in there. I'm sure in the behind the scenes in the locker room with the females. Do you got them females in there that be from Techwood or Boy Homes that be trying to punk them little girls that be coming over there from the suburbs that they know ain't from the hood? Like what you
Yes,
doing here? And
yes.
okay, okay, okay. All right.
Yes, those are the ones that come from the suburbs.
Yeah.
They're gonna get drunk. They're gonna get their shoes thrown in the trash, or well,
Wow.
one shoe. They're gonna take one shoe because you know the shoes are $200 and $400 a pair.
Right, right,
They're gonna take their shoe. They're gonna take their costumes. Sometimes they're gonna steal their money. They're gonna cuss them out for dancing for a guy that they don't even know.
right.
Yeah, that's gonna be a
Wow.
whole. Oh my God, it's so much drama. But we have a house mom, and we do have security. Well, we did have security in the club
Hmm.
that that tried to keep everything under keep everything cool and calm.
Right,
Sometimes you get into a fight, you might get a week in the streets. That's what they call it, a week in the streets. You got to pay a fine to come back to work. That fine may be
right,
$500,000, depending on how that manager or whoever feels. Um, the house mom, we call her the house mom. You tip her out every night. She's like the counselor, everything that's going on. She's normally an older woman that, probably came from that same lifestyle. And she's in
right,
there
right,
trying to keep the girls calm. And she's an advocate for the girls that are in the club.
right. How about this, Teresa? Can I call you Teresa? That's my mom's name too. Um,
Sure.
how about on the flip side is you have those women in there that are like I'm sure that goes on too, where it's like somewhat favoritism too in there, where you got two or three or maybe one girl that's really like the one in there, get all the attention. So now all the other girls hating on her, or the owner or whoever shows their favorite, like you see it, you know what I mean? So does that go on too?
Yeah, I was
Okay,
I was
okay,
one of the girls that in the club, you know, there a lot of females in the club that I work with, they made money. We had a lot
right,
of, you know, but I remember being in a club, one club I worked at, I was kind of like the favorite because the owner, he was my goddaddy. He basically,
okay,
took me under his wing, him and his best friend, and they basically raised me.
right,
Um, they taught me how to be a woman and something that I didn't really know how to do because I had came from the streets. They taught me my first diamond tennis bracelet came from my club owner. My
mm,
first birthday party, 21st birthday party was really big, came from the club owner. I went
hmm,
on trips and stuff like that. But I would get into fights, and a lot of times I didn't get in trouble. I didn't have to pay a fine. I would just have to go home for the night and come back the next day. So
right,
I dealt with something like that. But we had other chicks that, that was real live money makers, and they got to the money. Most of those type of chicks didn't really get into fights with anybody. They were more about,
about their
getting their
business
money
and
because
getting
they
on.
had a lot of guys coming to the club to see them, and you
Right,
know,
they ain't
um,
had time to be playing. Yeah,
yeah, they really didn't have time for that. I was
right.
from up north. I had an accent. A lot of chicks didn't like me. I didn't really know how to do the strip dance at first, but I was pretty. I was a pretty girl.
Right,
When I put my
right,
make, I was pretty. My costume,
right.
everything all matched. So, and men like that. They like neat looking
Yeah,
women. They like clean
right,
looking women. So I was
right.
always that. That's what I had
Especially in
going
the
for
strip
me.
club, you looking for the clean because all of them in there stripping, but you looking for the at least the cleanest one, like that you
That
could say
smell good.
you all of that because all of them you already thinking you don't know, the worst, but you want that one that's clean, like you said. So I'm sure. Go ahead.
Yeah, so I kind of went through that for a while. I had to basically, make my name for myself. I had girls that wanted to
Mhm,
fight me because I had the same hairstyle that they did. It was just
mhm,
crazy. But, I look at it now, it's been so long. Some of these females I still know to this day. And, we keep in contact with each other. We say hello. It's not an everyday thing, but we'll come together if one of us needs something, we will come together, to help. I've had a
right.
lot of my friends that I knew that died of HIV from being in the
Wow.
club. Um,
Wow.
Murder, yeah. Two of them were murdered. They went off to turn tricks with two guys, and they cut them up and put them in a trunk and brought them back to
Wow.
the club. I had one
Brought them
girl
back to
who
the club.
in the trunk of the car cut up.
Wow.
I had one girl who asked to use my driver's license to go get a hotel, and she never came back. They found her down the street from the club with her head cut off with my driver's license in her thigh boots, still with her boots on. Um, Another one was killed on the highway. Domestic violence. Some just died. We never knew what they died for. We had, speculations, but some of them just died of illnesses and stuff like that. So yeah, it's deep.
Real deep.
Oh
Let
yeah.
me ask you this: did you have like, are you one of the ones, or did you guys even look out like you had different girls coming there? A lot of them, like you said, some you would look at like, what are you doing here, suburban girls or whoever that you said were taking advantage of. But like you said, some were doing all type of stuff and they're turning trick, whatever to get their money. How did some, even you, or did you have friends in there that you looked out for, like try to keep them, like, 'cause I'm sure you have some girls that come in there and want to get their money, but they can easily get caught up in the bullshit and now running talking to the wrong dudes and trying to get the money too much, and like you said, they're turning tricks and doing all this other stuff that gets them caught up, may not get them killed or whatever, but they got a name for just, you know what I mean, just doing too much. You know what I mean? How do some of those girls, or is that just inevitable for some, that's gonna be the path they take, or how does that work for girls in the club?
That some of those girls is just inedible for her. I mean, it depends. Like, when I was in a club, I was cool with a lot of pimps. I knew a
Hmm.
lot of pimps. Like, I even befriended one. We became so close, and God rest his soul. He just was killed last year,
Hmm.
and he was like a brother to me. Never ever tried to pimp me. Neither one of them, really none of them. They always looked at me as like they called me their little sister, and they looked out for me. It depends on what guy's talking to what girl,
Right.
because like if it's one of my play brothers, I'm not going to get involved in that. You know what I'm saying? I was young, so I basically just mind my own business and got my money and went on about my business.
Hmm.
If it was a situation where I knew someone was about to lose their life, then yes, of course, I would say like, look, you need to kind of like, move along or something like that. But most of the time you just mind your business, because we had a lot of women that were coming in there with pictures of their daughters,
Hmm.
13, 14 years old, that were missing, and
Mm.
you better not say nothing, even if you knew. And
Right.
sometimes
Right.
we did know, but
Right.
you better not say anything, or you're gonna come up missing yourself. So you just keep
Right.
your mouth shut, and you do what you got to do and get your money, and you know pray that whoever this kid is, that they're found. And I mean, I was like 24, 25 years old. you know um I saw a lot. you know
Mhm.
it was deep. It was so deep. I remember having a friend, she left the club with this guy, and he was a robber, and they ended up killing him and her in a hotel, shot him up.
Mm.
So all of that went on in Atlanta, from 95 to 2007, 8,
Oh, you've seen it all then. If you were there through 95, them 90s, you've seen when, yeah, Atlanta really took that big turn and really turned up after the Olympics and Freakniks and all of that, huh?
Oh yeah. I remember when the Olympics came to Atlanta, and our club, we were put on the map. Club Nikki's. I
Club
worked at
Nickies.
Gentlemen's Club, Pinups,
Pinups. Wow.
Blue Flame. Yeah, I was at Pinups for 10 years. I
They
did
closed Pinups
Nikki's.
down, I heard.
I'm sorry.
I said I heard they closed that down. Pinups.
Um, they may have. I ended up becoming really good friends with the owner of
Mhm.
Pinups, and he taught me business.
Mhm.
He taught me how to start a promotions company. So back in the day, I used to have a promotions company called Black Ice Promotions in Atlanta, and I would do the MySpace showcase. And
Mm.
I would put artists on the stage in pinups on Monday nights. I was going up against Magic City Mondays.
Okay.
And Terry taught me everything. I didn't know anything about business license, or anything, and he taught me that.
Mm-hmm.
He's dead. He was murdered. Rest his
Wow.
soul. He was a white man. He was a really good guy.
Mm-hmm.
So you know, Michael Childs was a person that Michael Childs, Sam Carroll, they were two men that really taught me how to present myself as a woman, not
Mm-hmm.
to be loud and obnoxious and,
Right.
keep my hair, my nails, and always stay looking good and smelling good. You
Right.
know, I mean, Easy, Tino, Scooby, all of these people, society looked down on them as being bad people, but for me, they were people that took me under their wing and they taught me a lot of things. And a lot of things that I do now is based off of the things that they taught me when I was younger. The way that I
Right.
handle people, the way that I handle business,
Right.
how I know how to keep my business straight, how to keep my credit clean. These are
Right.
things that later on in life that I still, use today, to live the life that I'm living now.
Right.
Um, that street life, it's like a double-edged sword because you have to take and you take what you can and what you don't need, you leave out there.
Right. Wow. Uh, that's deep. That's incredible. Though. I love that. Let me go back to the ATL thing. Like you said, you like the strip clubs and how things are going on and getting down. This is something I missed, but I want to touch on. Um, just like we spoke about you living in ATL, seeing all of it, from the '90s to up in the 2000s. So you seen it all, to the BMF days, all that when the shit
Oh
was
yeah.
up, real up. But do you think, far as how these women look at it, say women coming from out of town or whatever, if they come into Atlanta, that was looked at as the gold mine, just shit was going up. So do you think some women coming there because maybe as freelance. I don't know the vibe, but like say you coming from different states where it's really pimping going on and stuff, and they may not look at that going on that much in Atlanta, where it's mainly like freelancers and renegades where they can go over there and just do their own thing, and then like you said, they witness it and be something totally different. Would you say that kind of went on in Atlanta because there was a lot going on, but some people have that mind state coming there?
Oh yeah, we would. Let me tell you, it would be females that would be like, it might be some females that I knew that was from my city. They'll hit me up and be like, "Girl, I'm coming down there this weekend. Hook me up with some niggas. I gotta get some money." You know what I'm
Right,
saying? Put me on game. Put me on game with this dude. Let me see, how much you think I can make. And me, I'm like, if you know what you need to do, what's your quota? You know what I'm saying? Like
right,
what you need to do, what you need. They might tell me I need 5 bands. Okay, you need 5,000. So this what you need to do, this where you need to go, this who you need to talk to. Yeah, it's a lot of women and men that
hmm,
come from out of the city and come into Atlanta and they come in there to get their money and they leave. And it's a lot of people that come into the city and do things in Atlanta that they would never do at home.
right,
Never
right,
do at home.
right,
I remember I had met a friend. She was from LA. I know you from Cali.
hmm,
She was a porn star.
hmm,
Real cool girl. We was so freaking cool. And I didn't really know anything about the porn industry, at all. I really didn't know too much about it. And she told me a lot about it. So, being the person that I was at the time, I'm like, okay, well, I want to get
Is
involved in
she
the
a
porn
famous porn
industry.
star?
Huh?
Is she a famous porn star?
She was in Booty Talk 69,
Oh, okay, okay. I don't. Okay.
West Coast Productions.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I heard it. I was just thinking you were talking about one because I know at one time another girl was in Atlanta pretty heavy, in a lot of strip clubs and all that. I don't know if it was before she kind of blew up like that, but she
Janet
really
Jackme
blew up.
came to our
Not
club a
Janet,
lot too.
but I'm talking about Pinky.
Oh yeah, Pinky. Pinky came. Yeah, she came to our club a lot. That's when she was smaller. Yeah, I didn't see her as much, but I saw Janet Jackme a lot. Like she
Oh,
would do a
okay,
lot of shows at Nikki's.
okay,
Yeah,
okay.
Pinky came. I think Pinky came to Nikki's like once or twice. But I know
Mhm.
Janet Jackme, I kind of got cool with her. But this
Right.
girl that I had met from LA, it was crazy because she came down there. She was telling everybody the guy was her boyfriend.
Hmm.
Come to find out he was her pimp. And
Mm.
he started beating on her, and she wanted me to help her get out of the situation. And little old me, I'm like, well, what can I do? if he knows where I live, because you done had him to bring him to my house. So,
Right.
I've experienced that. I had another girl I met from Houston. Her dude after the club would make her get out and sell lean. She had
Mm.
to sell lean after the club closed. So, the situations were just like I would always see all these situations because people are drawn to me. One, because I made money. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Right.
I made lots of money. I know in the
Right.
strip industry, I know I made at least $1 million. I know I did.
Right.
And so, you know, I would always be around these females with all these different situations because they seen me making money. They knew that I was gonna go get the money, so they're gonna befriend me because they know, well, she getting money. We can go get this money together. I started
Hmm.
going to Miami as well, working at Coco's and Rolex, Take
Rolex.
One. I worked at
That's the
Tootsie's.
OG club.
Yeah, I worked at all those clubs as well.
Hmm.
So, it was like I said, it was about getting the money. And I would meet girls, and sometimes I'll have like girls would come and pay me to dance for them. And that was their
Wow.
thing to get information too. They'll be like, come
Right.
dance for me. And I'll be over there dancing for them. And they'll start asking me questions like, so how much money you make a night in this club? I really wouldn't give out that information. But
Right.
they would just tell me, like, well, how can I start dancing? And do they got some good tricks in here and all that? So it
Mm.
always went so many different ways.
Hmm. Wow. That's deep. Do you? There's another thing I want to ask you. Like, mentioned talking about pimps, and a lot of women do have pimps. But a lot of people may not, or a lot of women may think you may make you think they don't have pimps. What is it, the significance about maybe most of the girls having pimps? Is this a special kind of women that are drawn to pimps or are used to having pimps,
Pimp
opposed
gang
to they're in
basically is for men who feel like, well, and I met some female pimps too. I knew some female pimps from back in the day. Um, it was a thing that they couldn't manage their money. They felt like if they wanted a new car or they needed to pay they couldn't get the money and pay the bills themselves. They couldn't
right,
take care of their kids. One of the pimps that I knew, he would have all his girls and all the kids. They all would go to the beauty salon together. All the kids would be clean. The girls would all look fly, and they were one big family.
mm, okay. But most of the time though, even though that's the case, and you want to get your money managed, now you're not really getting most of your money though now too,
I can't hear you.
right? I'm saying, okay, I'm saying even though now that is the case, what pimps do, and they're taking care of this female, but now they're not getting
Can you
most
hear
of their
me?
money. I can hear you. You can't hear me?
Yeah,
I can hear
I
you.
hear him.
Okay, I can hear you. I can hear you. Damn. You can't hear me still? Can you hear me? Maybe you could okay. Maybe go out and come right back in. Let me see. Yeah, yeah, that part. Damn. That shit was getting good too. Man, this story is real deep right here. I'm loving hearing, not loving, it's deep, but I'm just to hear the stories and everything. Okay, we're back. We're back. There she is.
Okay.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you good.
There we go. There we go. I don't know what happened. We had some technical difficulties, but like I said, I was asking you. You were breaking down, of course, why women need the pimps and manage their money and this and that, but that could turn a different way as well. You know what I mean? And I want to ask you this too. Nowadays, or over the past years, it seems like women have become more independent or claim they don't need pimps, and pimps are out the picture. But we find out sometimes that's not really the case. What is it like? Would you say in your opinion, like these days, where is that really going on more where women are more independent and they don't feel they don't need pimps, or what is the case with that? And how does that work? Because sometimes pimps ain't gonna be denied. You're not gonna be out here doing this. You know what I mean? It can get to drastic measures as well. So how does that work with these females who want to be renegades and don't need a pimp, or maybe never even had a pimp? How does that work?
I
Opposed
think
to the women
now
that have pimps.
I think now with society, things have changed. Um, it's you have a lot of guys that are younger now that have a lot of women. They have a flock of women that take care of them. excuse me, that take care of them. The game has changed a lot. It's not about a guy basically sitting back collecting money from a whole flock of women. He basically he collects money from a flock of women, but it's not where he's doing it under the thumb. He
Right.
basically, whatever it is that he wants, he goes to each woman and he gets it from her. He wines and dines her to a certain extent, and he plays with her mind. He gets her mind and he gets her credit. Now it's different. It's I'm a fool with the women that get that, the doctors, the lawyers, the
Right. Right.
nurses that got good credit, and I
Right.
can get her to co-sign for me a car, or I can get her
Right.
to buy me some jewelry. The game is totally different. You know, I can get her to do these different things for me. I could call her up and tell her that, I got a situation going on. I need her to pay my rent. It's not like how it used to be. It's totally different.
Right. Right. Manipulate. Oh, I can't think of the word. You know what I
Manipulation.
mean? That part. That part.
Yeah.
Yeah. This another thing. Okay, that's cool right there. I want to talk about now. The book. What even when did you write the book, and what made you want to say, okay, let me write a book? Because you got a cold story, so of course it was inevitable to have a book. I can even see a movie, a documentary, all type of stuff. But what was it that sparked you to make you say, okay, let me write this book, and then to put it in effect? Because that's a whole nother thing too. You can think about it, and say I want to write a book, but to make it happen and do it, like how did all that come about? What's up, DJ Maniac?
So my daughter was 20. How old was Ra? I think she was like 19, 20 years old. I went through so much with my kids. I'm gonna be honest with you. It wasn't
Mhm.
roses or anything, because I didn't know
It
how to
couldn't
be a
have been.
parent.
I didn't even ask you about your kids. I know I keep hearing you mention you had kids, but I didn't want to go there because I know
I'm
I'm
not
sure over the
afraid to
years
talk
there's a
about them.
lot.
Yeah.
Okay, well,
It
go
was a
ahead.
lot for me. I didn't know how to be a mother. The only my ideal of being a mother was to make sure that they had on nice clothes, shoes, the house was clean, they were fed, and to make sure nobody was touching them. That was one of the biggest things. I did not want my kids to go through what I went through.
Right.
So when I got into some trouble and I went on a run, I only had two kids at the time. I got to Atlanta, and after 2 years, I ended up being caught, and I had to go back to Ohio to deal with that situation. My son ended up staying with my aunt, and my daughter went back to Atlanta with me. My
Hmm.
daughter basically was around me through my whole strip career and all of that. My son would come down on the summers or whatever, but when my aunt coming down, I'm trying to make it seem like something else is going on. But my daughter was younger.
Right.
So my daughter at the time, she was watching me, and I didn't know that she was watching me because I didn't know how to be a parent. I didn't know
Hmm.
anything about kids are gonna watch their parents. I just didn't know that. And
Right.
so my daughter would ask questions. Why we not? Where's your mother at? Where's your father? Why we not never around family? She was asking all these different questions, and then my son was getting older, and he would reach out to me and talk to me about different females and stuff like that. And I was answering questions, and he would ask questions as well, and I questions that I really couldn't answer. And
Right.
I would find sometimes my daughter, like I would wake up, I would get off of work at 3 o'clock in the morning, and I would go pick my daughter up from the babysitter, or I would leave her there at the babysitter until the next day, and I would take
Hmm.
off for like 2 days. So sometimes I would catch my daughter mimicking me. Like she would do everything that I would do. My conversations that when I'm on the phone with men, she would have on my heels. I would catch her in my costumes. I always have lucrative amounts of cash, a lot. And my daughter, I didn't have the mindset to know, like, what is this effect going to play on her? So I would
Right.
throw her all the money. I would, sometimes we would wake up the next day, and me and my daughter, that's how I taught her how to count. My daughter, and she'll tell you that to this day. I would teach her how to count money. She counting $4,000 or $5,000 at night or in the daytime when we would wake up. And so I would sometimes tell her, like, go over there and count my money. And she'll go count the money, not knowing that I was creating and I was grooming my daughter for the type of lifestyle that I had come from.
Right.
And I had to eventually write the book because when we started having problems, my daughter was meeting guys, and I can't really say too
Yes, I was
much
saying how,
because
but how was your daughter? Yeah, not too much. I don't want about that. But
yeah, she's yeah.
how was your daughter as a kid, like growing up in like school, all that? Was she always having
Oh
problems, or was she a good kid? Like, how was your daughter growing up?
no, we
Okay,
were having problems.
okay,
My daughter was 10, 11 years old, she rocking Versace sneakers. She shopping in Fifths. She
right,
going
right,
shopping. We flying to New York. She got diamond earrings. And that's what it was all about with me. It's all
right,
about these clothes. You got to look good. School, I would get on her about school, but I wasn't really on her like I should have been with school.
right.
So I created a monster. And did I create a monster? I found myself one day having to go and get my daughter out of a situation.
Hmm.
And I was going back and forth. I was going back and forth. Like, I got to tell her, I got to really write this book to let these kids know what happened to me. And it wasn't really like I was just set out to, like, I'm going to write this book and tell my story. It was just, I kept saying and telling them certain things, and they were not believing me. They were like, whatever, or they were just like, it would go in one ear and out the other. And I'm like, they
Right.
are really not believing what happened to me as a kid, what I went through. They were not, they just didn't take it serious. So, I released the book on Kindle in 2017, but it took me 10 years to write the
Mm.
book. I started doing bits and pieces of the book, writing it here and there, different things that would come back to mind and things that were happening and everything. And I got the book together. I finally released it
How
in
did you know
27.
about? How did you, not to cut you off, but I want to get to the process. How did you know how to go about writing the book? Are we just jotting the stuff down? Have a journal or a diary? How
I
did you know about creating how to write the book? You know what I mean?
Okay.
Chapter
So
to chapter.
yeah, I basically started reading. I just started
Okay.
researching, reading how to put it all together, how to publish, just looking at other people books. I just look. One person that is from my city is Nikki Giovanni, and
Oh,
that was a person I remember meeting when I was young because she would come to the Arts Consortium on Lynn Street, which was for underprivileged kids, and she
okay.
would, come there sometimes, and our school sometimes would take us there. And I just started researching about authors from my city, and she was a person that came up, and so it just started from there. I started, reading about how to publish a book, how long will it take to publish a book? How long will it take? How do you put the chapters together? I just started researching, and I took my time and I did it. I couldn't
Mm,
believe when it was done. It was an awesome feeling,
right.
but I didn't expect the book to do as well as it did. When I released the book on Amazon, I was number 2 to Michelle
Mm,
Obama's memoir.
wow. Wow.
Yeah.
Hold on. Congratulations. We got to do that. Congratulations.
Thank
Go
you.
ahead.
Thank you. Yeah, so um, I didn't know anything about copywriting or anything like
Hmm.
that. Just,
How did you
I
know? Another thing, like I know usually people who write books have publishers and people, to help with the, all of that part of being a book author. Did you know anything about that? How did you go about that part?
no, I didn't know
Okay.
anything. I
Okay.
didn't know anything about anything. I just researched and researched. Um, and I prayed. I will tell you that I prayed a lot. I was like, Lord, if this is your will, this will come together the way that you want it to come together. And the
Right.
book came together. And when I received the first print, I cried so hard. And I kept looking at it like it was a dream. I'm like, wow, I can't
Right.
believe I really did this. When I
Right.
got my certificate from the Library of Congress in Washington, D.C., that really just was like, oh man. I ended up starting. I went to go do a panel with DC Democratic Women's Club in Washington D.C. I
Mm,
started working with the National Action Network in Washington D.C. I was asked to hold a speaking engagement for the Black girls that went missing of Washington D.C. I've been to different colleges. I've been to Royal University. I spoke in Bowie University.
Bowie. My
I,
brother went to Bowie. That's in Maryland, right?
yeah.
My
I got a
brother went there.
certificate from.
Wow.
Okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
AKA. I
My mom's
ended
a
up.
AKA.
I love them too. I love them. There's a beautiful, awesome women. I
Mhm.
ended up just being asked to speak in different situations and scenarios. I just did last year. I did the Steve Harvey, Margie Harvey Foundation with Chicago Public Schools. Oh my God, I met I've met some Dr. Leon Palmer. I was
Mm.
with the mayor of DC, Mayor Bowser.
Not
I've
Marion
been with
Barry. I'm just
Mayor
playing.
Browser, the young
No, I'm just
lady.
playing. I said Marion Barry. I'm just playing. Go ahead.
um, I ended up with the governor of Virginia, Governor McCarthy. I met Deshaun Barber. I met her. I did Princess for a Day with Channel 2 News. It just blew up. Everything just blew up. And I was like, okay. So it went from me wanting to tell this story to my children to getting thousands of emails from people telling me, a little girl in Istanbul. I was like, Istanbul? I've
Mm,
never even heard of Istanbul.
right.
Istanbul telling me that she wanted to commit suicide and she read my book and it gave her the courage to stand. I started getting emails from young girls in Japan, Australia.
Mm,
I'm sorry. It takes me sometimes. Females that are that were pimped. A
right.
lot of even young men that
Man,
that
that's
were
okay.
sexually abused that said, I feel like if you could tell your story, I can tell mine.
Right.
It just really touched my heart that I helped so many people and I touched so many people's lives by telling my story.
Right. DD said that's great. Yeah, that is great. Um, wow, that's incredible. Theresa, I want to ask you what makes Theresa. Well, I don't know. You've been through so much, and like, I just want to fast forward briefly, and then we'll go back again. But in 2022, like I said again, if someone just right now um, well, they're gonna go now and see, of course, check your Instagram. They're gonna look for you and stuff if they don't know you already. But one will go to your Instagram and it's just beautiful. Like you just seem so happy. A lot of your posts say you're always gonna smile. So what is it in 2022 that keeps Teresa happy at these? Because like I said again, if you go on that Instagram, you would until you hear this story and there all this what she's saying now, you will probably have no clue. You know what I mean? The story of this lady here and what she's been through and because you're so happy on your you know what I mean, you just like have no
Yeah.
care in the world. What makes you happy and keeps you happy? And I'm sure that helps inspire other women out there that do know you, and to see you happy and
Yeah.
always like that. You know what I mean? So what is that about with the IG and how and you're so happy and inspiring other women?
So the IG, to keep it positive, is to show women and men that no matter what you have been through, no matter what your past has been, you can still live, you can still be happy, but you have to do it by choice. You have to control what controls you. You have to
Mhm,
control what sustains you. You have to control what triggers you.
mhm,
I've been through so much. I've loved, I've been hurt. I've probably hurt some people. But I know that I have to keep on living and I have to keep on going. I feel like I was chosen by God to go through what I went through because for so many years I kept asking Him why. Lord, why did I have to be the one to have to go through all of this? And I look back even at my siblings and I think like, all of them, they all have a story to tell themselves, but they haven't told their story yet. And I say yet because I do believe that they're going to come through and say some things, and going to let the world know. I know that my sister Joy, the one that's up under me, no, up under my brother, I know she was a crack baby. Um, so I try to inspire others to say, no matter what it is that's going on or what you've been through, you can come through it. You just have to make the choice to live and be happy. You have to fight through it. You have to push through it because every single day, it is a fight for me to be happy. I had to train myself how not to wake up with crazy thoughts on my brain. I had to actually train myself. So when I first wake up, I don't talk to anyone. I wake up and I say to myself, it's going to be a good day. Today is going to be a positive day. We're going to love on ourselves. We're going to talk to ourselves and do the best that we can to be good to ourselves and to others. You know, I had to learn how to, when someone comes off a certain way to me, to take a minute and pause. You know, instead of always reacting right then, take a moment and say, okay, let me think about how I'm going to react to this situation. It's nothing wrong with that. I think a lot of people don't know that. You know, so I just feel like just showing people that they can make it. I didn't learn how to read until I was 12 years old. You know, it's so many different things that I've overcome that so many other people can overcome. You know, the
Right.
self-esteem issues. People tell me, "Oh, Teresa, you're so beautiful. You're so pretty." I believe that based off of what people tell me, but at times I look in the mirror, I see every flaw every single day. You know, it's you don't see on my IG me in a two piece or anything like that, but I will tell you 2022 summer, I'm gonna wear a two piece and I'm gonna like post, not to be, you know, like distasteful, but
Right.
I want to be proud of me. I want to experience everything that I can experience because you only have one life. You know, at one time, I wanted some horses. I went out and bought me two horses. I did that because that was something that I wanted to
Wow.
do.
Wow.
You know, so I
Wow.
just try to live a positive and happy life, and it's by
Right.
choice.
Hey, let me ask you this. Speaking on, I just want to touch on this briefly. I just nothing I want to touch on, but since you mentioned it, like
Okay.
far as women and like you said yourself, and I see this with a lot of women. I don't want to say self-esteem issues because women already know they're beautiful. You guys are the most beautiful thing on this earth. But it seems like at times women, um, do have, I don't know if it's self-esteem or whatever the issue is, where women want to be beautiful, and that's why we know women make themselves up and do all this other stuff. Um, but and this is big, of course, in the strip club and stripper world and all this. What do you feel about, women going to the extent, now women will do whatever to make themselves look beautiful, and we have things with the body and all these things, which is real popular now. What are your thoughts on that? Um,
Well, I'll be
and
honest
just the
with
whole
you.
self-esteem period where women want to go all out to whatever to
I
make
feel
themselves
like
be
I
beautiful.
feel like if you want to get surgery or if you want to enhance something, I feel like it's your choice.
Hmm.
Um, I'm a female that did have plastic surgery at age 22. I
Okay.
did. I
What'd you
had it
do?
twice. Um, and
If I can ask, I don't mean to.
I
I'm
can't tell
sorry
you.
if I was rude. Okay, don't worry about it. I'm
No, you
sorry.
wasn't
I
rude.
didn't
You
mean to
don't
ask
have to
you
do
that. I
that.
just like you said you
No,
the
you
one said,
wasn't.
"Hey, look, you asked me," and nah, I'm just playing. Let me stop. Let
No,
me
you
stop.
wasn't
I
rude.
didn't even mean to go there. I just wanted really my question was just overall about women, period,
Yeah,
whatever
I
they do,
mean,
wanting to do
I feel
these
like you.
things to the extent they do it.
Yeah, I now like if you want to like correct something like from having a kid or
Hmm.
like
That's
in my
different. I
sisters,
understand that women want to uplift their breasts. Those
yeah,
yeah, I
I'm
understand stuff
almost
like that.
50.
But I'm not talking. But it's now to the point where women are going all. The stuff is going on now, where it's obviously not about that. When some women
What
don't
you
even need
like the
stuff, they
lips and
do.
all that, I
The
think
yeah,
that's a little too much.
the lips, we know the booty, the whatever you call it. You know what I mean,
BBL.
or the BBLs or the ass shots. It's out of control. You know what I mean right now, especially with the younger women who don't even not even are fully matured yet to
Yeah.
even probably get a booty, and they want to go add a booty,
Now that's one thing
or
I
the
will
women
say
that's
to
too
you.
old, that's 50, and then they go get a fake booty. Some of this stuff is just a little bit. So
Did
I
you
just
say
want your take here.
I'll be 50
No, I'm
next
not
year.
talking. I'm not having nothing to do with you, but you can do what you want. I guess what I'm saying is when it just looks like it looks crazy though. It's like
Yeah, what
okay,
looks like it's too much. But one thing that I
yeah,
did learn working in the medical field is that a lot of women that have done plastic surgery. Drugs
Hmm.
and plastic surgery go hand in hand. You have a lot of women that have had, there's a high percentage of women that do get plastic surgery that they end up becoming drug users. I did
Mm.
read that, I did research that information. The young girls that have not fully developed, I think it's horrible that they go and get this plastic surgery because I myself am a witness.
Right.
I got plastic surgery a little too early,
Hmm.
and I should have waited until I developed, and I didn't, and I'm paying for that. So yeah, I deal with that right now. But
Oh,
I don't think that it's cool that you just go get it just because. I think it's for people that need correction after you have some
right.
kids or something like that.
Right.
But I've seen young girls that haven't had any children and they're going to get it. And I've even seen a 17-year-old where her mother signed for her to get breasts. I thought that was crazy. But we do know in the other communities that they have been doing that for years. They have been allowing their daughters, like in the pageants back in the day, they have been allowing their daughters at 16, 17, and 18 to get breasts.
Wow. Wow. Like I said, I didn't mean to touch on it because I know that's a whole nother field. And I know that's a woman thing. I can't speak. I know women want to do whatever they want to do, and you can do that because women, you are, you make it happen. You're able to do whatever you want to do. So I just wanted to speak generally on it, on how it's going on now in society where people are just doing it to do. It's not about corrections needed or none of that. It's just
Right.
almost a fad. And I just don't think women need to do that. I just think a lot of stuff they do they don't need to. But again, I can't speak for women. I know how women feel person to
Right.
person. You know what I
Right.
mean? So that's nothing I can speak on. So again, that's cool. So we spoke about the book. So the book gets put out. It's going crazy, blows up. At any time now, do you feel maybe at some point a little bit at ease, like able to relax, get some type of something, knowing that you put this book out and it became whatever it did, it became popular, bestseller, or whatever it did to now put you in all these different positive situations. Are you able to now heal a little bit in that sense of the matter?
Yeah, I've healed a lot, especially like doing, situations like this, talking, to just talking to different audiences, the questions, because a lot of times after I do shows, I go back and I look at them and I rethink a lot of things. I feel like the only issue that I'm really dealing with is finding true love. I feel like the issues that I've been through, a lot of people still hold me in that light. So it's kind of hard to really just find someone that really wants to be with me for me. Um, they come across all different type of ways. Can you buy me this? Or they have a arterial motive or something like that. But and it kind of sets me back sometimes dealing with certain issues that I have been through. So
So,
other
like you spoke that, like you said, that's hard to find, real love. Is that something you really seek, or is that something a missing link? Because, like you said, you're happy and do what you do and stay busy with your job and successful in your own right and happy with yourself. But is that a missing piece of the puzzle that you want in your life at this point?
Yeah, I really, at the age that I am now, I really want to settle down and really just be with someone. But I want to be with someone that is able to understand that I have days that I might wake up and I might not say nothing for hours. Some days I might not want to be touched, or some days I might be overly touchy, or some days I might get up and cry. You know, some
So
days I might.
do you feel so for this to happen? Do you feel it's almost like when you before you get into a relationship, you obviously can't just go blindly, not blindly, but you know how you meet someone and you vibe all this, but and you just keep carrying on, but they don't really know your story or know you like that. They're falling in love with you and all that, but they don't know everything. Do you think that's important now when you are dealing with new people, or someone you may find as a love interest, or future with, that at some point, because it could be going great, this dude could be a great guy and all this, but he still doesn't know your story yet, or whatever, these things, and these are the things that are going to matter later, like you just even said yourself, it may be days that you feel this way and that way. So do you now feel it's important for you, when you deal with people or new people, to let them know your story, or let it happen eventually? Like, how do you go about that then?
I feel it's good that they know my story. I try to, have that conversation in the beginning and give
Hmm.
them the opportunity to decide if they want to proceed. I have met guys, and they'll say, "What's this about a book? I see this book or something like that," and I'll just be like, "Well, you can just Google me," and
Hmm.
they'll Google my name, and then they'll come back and be like, "Wow," and I won't hear from them
Right.
ever again.
Wow. Does that kind of fuck
That's
you? I mean, that mess you up sometimes? Like, that stuff is overwhelming, where you figure it out. It got to be because he found out something, because something just changed automatically. Does that happen?
Yeah. I had one person that I felt like they were my best friend. I thought I don't know. I guess. And when things went sour, you know, they made some statements to other people about me, and it got back to me, and I was really hurt. It really hurt me to my heart because I shared so much with them about what I had went through as a kid, and stuff like
Right.
that. But you know, I I know that the right one is gonna come. God is gonna send the right one, and He's gonna fit perfectly with me. He's gonna fit like a hand in glove. Like everything is gonna work itself out. He's gonna
Right.
understand what I've been through.
Right. That part.
He's gonna
Because I
love me
think
no
that
matter
too.
what.
I think that too. It happens in that way, where it's gonna happen. Where, because I was gonna ask you next, like, when you are dealing with someone, when is that time to have that conversation? But I think, like you just said, when the right one comes, all of that is not even gonna be. It's gonna maybe somehow work that out, where that's, I mean, that's not gonna be even an issue, because that this is the right one. So he
Right,
knows the time. We're on his time. So
right.
that's another thing I was gonna ask you. How was your spiritual journey? Like, how do you feel about those things? I even heard you say earlier, you get up in the morning, you talk to yourself. Do you talk to God? Like, how was your spiritual um situation?
I practice Islam.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I practice. I don't really speak on it too much to
Okay.
anyone. I'm not a
Okay.
woman that I cover sometimes, but sometimes I don't. I'm getting more
That
and
that's
more
fine.
involved in it.
That's fine. I just
Yeah, I'm
wanted to
getting
what you felt
yeah,
spiritually,
getting more and more involved in it. Learning more every day.
Right.
I'm a person. I didn't grow up in it, so to cover has been very hard for me. Um, but learning more and more every day, it has really helped me to get through a lot of issues as well in life. Knowing that I have a purpose and a meaning behind everything. You
Right.
know, I'm just a person that was chosen to go through this, and it's a hard cup to carry, but I'm starting to carry it very well. Um, Starting to understand it very well. So
What
it's
is I know you travel a lot, and I want to ask you two questions. I want to ask you first, what is some of your fondest memories of traveling? What are some of your best places you travel to? Because I see you've been everywhere. And then second part is, I know you do it for your job and through the medical thing, but do you try to, when you're going to different places, do you intertwine that with your business and like your book, like things you're trying to do on your own as well, kind of mixing business with pleasure per se?
Yes, I do. I
Okay.
think the best place that I've ever been was San Francisco.
San
I
Francisco, and it's crazy. When I asked you that, I was thinking about San Francisco, because I seen you on your little post, and you was walking. The bridge was the Bay Bridge was in the background and all that. So that came to mind as me as well. So what was it about San Francisco?
um I can remember. I think it was. I read this book. I can't remember exactly what it was about, but I remember the book that I read. It was many years ago, and the
Mm-hmm.
guy was driving across the Golden Gate Bridge, and he actually like described it word from word. And the feeling when I drove across the Golden Gate Bridge, I had all those words came to my head. And I
Right.
was like,
Wow.
wow, like I actually experienced what this writer wrote in his book.
Right.
And, you know, like I told you, my parents never ever um I had never been out of town. I'd never been
Right.
anywhere, and now these different new experiences, they're just awesome. Just, I mean, seeing different parts of the world, and it's just everything. I was invited right at COVID to Ghana,
Mm.
because I had adopted an NGO over there called Gets for Eagle Eye, and I was
Mm-hmm.
raising money for the families over there. And COVID stopped me from going, but next year I plan on going to Ghana and speaking to the
Wow.
children because I spoke to them through video through Zoom, but I can't wait to actually, go over there and speak to them one on one and just to hug them and going to the
That's
motherland. That is
beautiful.
just awesome in
That's
itself.
beautiful. Yeah, that's awesome right there. I was gonna ask you too next, like, what were some of the greatest, fondest memories too, abroad the country, like other places, outside of the states, or anything that you've been that you really love.
Um, I went to St. John's. It was beautiful there.
Mm-hmm.
Tortola was beautiful.
Mm.
Um,
I
the
don't even know where that's
UK, I
at.
love
You fucking me up. The toilet. Where is that?
Tortola. It's in the Caribbean.
Caribbeans.
The
Okay.
UK was beautiful. The UK was everything. I had an awesome time in the UK. I plan on going
Mm-hmm.
back. Um, just the love that I got over there was unbelievable. So I'm getting ready next year to put out the second part of the book, and I'm gonna do a book tour. I'm gonna go and you know put myself out there even more. And I had got an email from my publicist showing me that Take a Lot is a bookstore in South Africa, that my book is on the stands in South Africa. I was
Wow.
like, wow.
Wow.
It's
That's
just,
beautiful.
just thinking about when a person goes through something and they write about it and people, read about it, you go back to that some of the scenarios, and I never ever thought that, you know, while I was going through what I was going through as a kid, that I would grow up and be able to help and touch people all around the world. I just never ever knew that. I mean, it's just mind blowing at times.
Right. Wow. Um, did you have any growing up as a kid, or maybe later on teens, early adulthood, or anything, or just overall through life, did you have anybody that you looked up to? And I'm not talking about, like, maybe just it could be a artist, a music person, or someone at school. Like, did you have anybody that you kind of looked up to or inspired to be, or inspired you? Maybe it be from music or mentor, or like anyone that you can remember that kind of inspired you, or that you looked up to or respected, growing up, and that you remembered. You know what I mean?
One of the people that really inspired me a lot was NDRE.
Okay.
She was an artist that
I,
when I would hear her music, it always made me not afraid to like be who I was. Like my hair, the complexion of my skin, just being me. That was a person that I really looked up to. Um, Another person that don't laugh, but I used to love Kim Fields. Do you remember Kim
Kim and
Fields?
Tootie.
Tootie. I used to love
Wow.
Tootie. Like she was a person that I wanted to be. Kim
Shout
Fields.
out to Tootie.
Yeah, that was the girl back
They was
then.
trying to dog her on that Housewives show though. Did you see that?
Yeah, I saw that.
Atlanta
I was
Housewives.
mad.
They was doing Kim dirty
Oh,
though.
I was mad too. I'm like, wait a minute. Hold on now. Y'all disrespecting the queen. That's a queen right
Yeah.
there. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. Shout out to Tootie. And what kind of like music like do you like or did you did you like I mean you've been around. I know I'm looking at you
Ooh,
like
you
respectful, but I know you like what was you into? Like who was you
wait a
bumping?
minute.
And come
Let
on,
me
talk
tell
to
you
me
what I
now.
listen. You want to know what's in my
Come on.
my
Yes.
you ready for
Yes,
this,
come
boy?
on
Because
now.
my
Speak
kids
your real.
laugh.
Okay.
I love me some Young Dolph.
Young Dolph. Okay,
I
rest in
love
peace to Young Dolph. Rest
yes.
in peace to
Let me tell
Dolph.
you, every day I listen to 100 shots. I know.
Wow.
Don't play with me.
So you were sad when he passed away.
What? I posted it.
Yeah.
I cried. I did everything.
Yeah. Shout
Another
out to Dolph,
person
man.
that I love that's on the music scene. I love Lil Baby.
Little
I
baby.
love. I'm a rap head. I love Lil Baby. I
Okay.
love Young Dirk. I
Okay.
love G
But them
Herbo.
all youngster boys. Who you older, so yeah, I know you had to be
Oh,
bumming. I mean, I understand all that, but give me
Tupac.
some real shit. Okay, okay,
Tupac.
okay, okay, okay. Now talk to
Tupac
me.
was
Now you
my
talking to
baby.
me.
I
Okay,
love
talk to me now. Talk to
Tupac.
me now.
Okay, so Tupac was my baby.
Okay.
DMX was my dude because me and him we were cool. We knew each
Hmm.
other from back in the day. DMX was in Atlanta in the 90s. His cousin
Okay.
was Mike, so I met him through his cousin.
Right.
Posted about him on my page. He stayed at my house a couple of times. We never messed around. He was just good people.
Okay.
Um, I loved who else did I like back in the day? Then I start, Lil John and the East Side Boys,
Right.
because
Right.
I'm
Right.
from Atlanta.
Right. Right.
Being in Atlanta. I love Gucci Man. Shout out to Gooch. I remember when Gooch was at Pinups. We all
Right.
used to be sitting back there having a good time when Stutter Man was his manager.
Wow.
Jeezy
How is
was
it to see him now progress? You know, he's a little mature now. Gucci. You
I'm
know what I
so
mean?
excited. He used to call me Big Sis when he used to go do the clubs. He used to
Mm.
perform at Pinups. He used to perform at Club Chocolate. Yes, Club
Mm.
Miami
Club
back in the
Chocolate. That
day.
was on Glenwood. Yeah, shout out to
Yes.
Gucci, man.
Yeah, Gucci
Yeah,
was
he's really
good dude.
matured.
Love
Yeah,
Gucci. I'm so proud of him.
yeah.
Who else? Oh God. Let me think. Oh, can't forget, they'll kill me. Trillville.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah, Trillville, Dirty Mouth, call me Big Sis
Okay.
too. Dirty Mouth, we good friends. Yeah, love Dirty Mouth. Crime
Okay.
Mob, love Fabo.
Okay.
Fabo to the you look at my face, my Instagram, you see all of them, they follow me. Crime
Right.
Mob, Fabo, love Fabo, that's my dog
I see
forever.
you what's her name follows you. You guys have a relationship. I know she's big in radio there. Miss Shanika. What's your relationship with her?
Oh my God, that is my heart. I love
Right.
Miss Shanika. Let me tell you something. The realest chick in the game will always show love to her. So happy for her newfound love. Love
Right.
Shanika. I mean, I was introduced to Shanika by Jerry Clark. I don't know if you know Jerry Clark, the one who broke Jeezy,
Okay.
and fell in love with her. TT runs TV. TT is a producer for she produced for Tyler Perry. Love her. Tiara Simmons, who did Surviving R. Kelly, she follows me as well.
Okay.
Love her to death. Beautiful spirit. Who else? Oh my God. God, is so many good
Hmm.
people I've met along the road in this life. Neo's ex, well, the new
Oh,
Mrs.
that lady.
Carter. Love
Okay.
her. She's a beautiful person. She follows me as well. Killer Mike,
Killer Mike.
good people, follows me as well. I've been knowing Killer Mike for years. He's a very
Yeah, he
respectable.
a
I
real one.
commend that man. Very
Yeah, he a real one.
respectable young
He
guy.
really came a long way too.
I love him. The most respect. I mean, just so respectful. Loves his wife. I love him. Great guy. Can't forget about Johnny Cabell. Hit Out the Hit Entertainment. Um, Shot Boy Fat. He follows me. Really good guy. You remember Party Like a Rock Star?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
That's Shot Boy Fat. Oh God, rest in peace to my homeboy. Oh my God, Shawty Low was a really
Wow.
good
I
friend of
know he had
mine.
a
Love
big
Shawty
impact.
Low.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
He
he
had a
was.
lot of respect.
Yeah, love Shawty Low. Oh my God. Back in the day, used to come to club A Ball at MJG.
Mm,
Showed a lot of love. Scarface used to come to club back in the day. Love him a
mm.
lot as well. Very respectful dude.
Right.
69 Boys. So I've been at
The
JT
Tootsie
Money,
Roll.
huh?
JT Money. That's my boy from the Poison Clan, Miami.
JT
That's my
Money, I've
boy
been
there.
doing JT forever. JT was the
That's the
first
homie.
person to take me to the club in Miami called Butterfly. And I saw
Oh
Kid
wow.
Capri come out of the ceiling with all the smoke. And I was just in
Wow.
awe, like, oh my God. We were on
Wow.
South Beach. I also with JT Money, I ended up meeting Fat Joe and all of
Hmm.
them. So yeah. Been
Wow.
around
Yeah.
that strip game introduced me to a lot of people that,
I'm
Juicy
sure it did.
J.
Yeah. Juicy J. Shout out to 3-6. Did you ever meet Gangsta Boo? You
Oh,
ever
wait
mess
a
with her?
minute. Oh my
That's the
God.
girl.
We Let me tell you, me and Gangsta Boo, we used to hang out sometimes. We used to go to damn, what was the club? We used to go to this club downtown Atlanta.
Mhm.
Oh my God. Frank Ski was just coming from UDC in Washington, DC. He was a DJ. Dang, what was the name of that club? It was a club we all used to go to. Big Boy from Outkast, DeWeetha, Sleepy Brown Baby Mama. We all used to be together. Oh my God, I cannot think of the name of that daggone club. I met Ray J there. But yeah, me and
Wow.
Gangsta Boo, we used to kick it. That was a cool chick. I love her. Shout out to Project Pat. Yeah.
That's what's up. 3-6.
Yeah. They all
That's
used
what's
to
up.
come through Nikki's. I'm talking about in the gentleman's club. It was on and popping. Yes. Block Entertainment.
Mhm.
Oh God, so
Did you ever
many.
did you ever see Pac down at her? Pac used to go to Nikki's. Did you ever
Yeah,
see
Pac
Pac
came in.
there?
He came in Nikki's a couple of times. Pac did.
Mhm.
I met Biggie. I met Biggie at Gentleman's Club with Puff. He came in there with Puff
Mhm.
Daddy.
Okay.
Um, when Pac would come in, he was kind of low key with it though. He was real cool.
Mhm.
He was because one of the girls that I knew that worked there, I can't say her name, but she's his cousin. She
Okay.
worked there, and his sister would come in there with him sometimes. Pac's sister. Um,
Okay.
and let me tell you, so there was a dude. This is how I came across Nipsey Hussle. So there was a
Oh wow.
guy
Tell me this story.
yeah, there was a guy that I had met. He was from Pasadena, and we started dating. Remember when they had Yahoo dating or whatever? We had started dating, and he used to always listen to this guy. He was like, I'm listening to Nip Hustle. I'm like, who is that? He was like, oh, this dude. He from out here in Cali. He dope, and all this and that. So he would be listening to Nip, and I would be listening to him. So we ended up breaking up, and I ended up moving to
Right.
DC. So I'm
Right.
bumping Nipsey Hussle in DC. Nobody, it's like turn that junk off. I'm like, man, this lit right here. So I'll
Right.
be playing it in DC. I had it in my earbuds or whatever. And I could just remember like nobody really on that side of the East, the East Coast was not
Right.
really
Right.
into Nipsey Hussle.
Right. Right. Right.
But he blew up. And I was telling people like, yeah, I remember you ain't want to listen to him and all that. So rest in peace, Nip. He
Rest in
was
peace,
dope.
Nip.
So yeah,
Yes.
dude from Pasadena turned me on to Nipsey Hussle. And I was like,
Wow.
okay. Yeah.
Shout out to Pasadena.
Yeah.
Wow. That's yeah. Shout out to Nip, man.
And
Rest in peace.
that's
Go ahead.
Dennis Haywood. He owns the first black newspaper in Pasadena. Is Dennis
Oh
Haywood.
wow.
Yeah, that
Okay.
was my
Wow.
boyfriend at the time.
Wow. That's crazy. Shout out to him.
Yeah.
Drunken Chef, what up? Everyone in the chat, thank you for the love. Shout out to Brenda. Well, it's a lot of people in there and they're showing you love too. So shout out to
Thank
everyone
you
in the
so
chat.
much. Thank
Yes,
you.
yes.
God
Hey,
bless
tell the
all of you.
people where they can go, since we're talking about it, tell the people right now where they can go get that book or they can look up that book so they could add
You,
that to their collection, please.
you can find my book on Amazon, Target, Barnes and Nobles, Books a Million. It's called A Diary from Hell: A Child Being Sold in America, on all platforms, all across the world. You can also Google my name, Theresa Caldwell Jenkins, and you can find it that way, or you can go on to my Instagram, which is Theresa Jenkins ATL. I also have a nonprofit organization in Atlanta, Georgia, Washington, D.C., and in Maryland called Ou to La Rouge. It is Help and Hope for Victims of Human Trafficking, and it's French for Red High Heels. You can reach out to us I do all type of speaking engagements. I raise money for other organizations. If you know anyone that is a victim of human trafficking, you can reach out to us on the internet. We have a 24-hour text box that a person can talk to us 24 hours out of the day if they need any type of help. We also, if you need help with any type of victims or anything, clothing, shoes, any type of money, we're here to help. Again, that website is www.outularouge.org. And it's also on my IG, Theresa Jenkins ATL.
That part right there. And just go check out our IG too. It's just that's it right there. Thanks, DD, for posting that. It's inspiring as well, and it just make you smile. You always on that happy. It's just inspiring. Let me do this right quick. Hold on. Let me do this right quick. We'll be right
There
back.
are a lot of young girls out there that deal with depression and low self-esteem, being made fun of, no one believing you, wanting your bodies to look like these celebrities on television. That's not what it's about. It's about you loving yourself, looking in the mirror, having high self-esteem. Never give up on yourself. Never compare yourself to these people on social media. Stand tall and continue to be the best.
I had to play that right quick. That was so inspiring.
Thank you.
That's the type of stuff she does on her IG. So go follow her IG as well, and definitely get that book though. You got to get that book. And check that book out. What do we have? Oh, you said you have a part 2
There are
coming
a
out.
lot
Tell
of
us
young
about
girls
that.
out there that deal with depression.
The part
Tell us.
two of the
Yeah.
part two of the book is gonna talk about how I went through the strip life, being a dancer in Atlanta, getting caught up in some things and hitting rock bottom. I got caught up on ecstasy. I was doing ecstasy every single day. It was, it is what it is. I don't hold anything back.
Right.
How I hit rock bottom, where it got to the point where I lost everything. I was sleeping in my car, and I just said, enough is enough. I cannot let my past determine my future. And I just gave everything up. I gave up the strip life and got myself together, got with my children, and I just changed my life. And it just talks about how I got to where I am now. I am a
Mm.
homeowner. I own my own home on 6 acres of land.
Mm.
I'm right now getting ready to get 4 more pieces of property. And you're talking about a person that slept on the streets in abandoned buildings. I had nothing. So
Do
it's
you
just,
do? I'm sorry to cut you off. Let me just briefly. So many great things you're saying now. You're a homeowner. You're doing so many great things. Is there something you can do, or do you do with young ladies or people who reach out to you, or you can teach them how, like that may have came from harsh times as well, and they better themselves, and how they can put themselves in better positions to own a home, or the steps they have to do. Do you teach that too as well, or try to help other young ladies out with that, or whoever wants to help?
I do talk to other young ladies, and I will help. And that is something that is in the future that I plan on doing, getting a program together where I can, show young ladies how to budget their money, how to save, how to clean up their credit. And all of that ties into mental health and dealing with healing yourself, because you can't save money and have a mindset to buy a house and do the things that you're supposed to do if you're not healed. You
Right.
understand what I'm saying? All of that plays a role. All of that
Right.
has to be in order for you to maintain and do the things that you are called to do.
Right. Right. I agree. So we got the book coming up. Do we have any other things like tied to the book, like maybe documentary? Do we have like a movie? Like I could see so many things coming out with this story you have, Teresa, because it is amazing, and there's so many layers of it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
I'm looking now for someone to screenwrite. I had reached out to Tierra Simmons about that, and she was telling me that she only had people for Netflix, and I haven't decided which way I wanted to go with that.
Right.
Um, so I'm trying to make a decision if I want to, do something with Netflix or not. It's in the works though.
Okay. Okay. And are there any other stories or any other movies or anything out there that touched you or that you look at and appreciate, or is it other stories out there that you think this is fabricated? Like it's a lot to do with stories like yours that are out there or movies or whatever. Is there any of them that you really like, you appreciated, or is it more of them that are not, telling the facts or watered down or what do you think about some of that stuff?
I think some of the movies. I'm not really a big TV person,
Mhm.
but I feel like um, as society changes, we're allowing our kids to watch more and more stuff on television and to do more and more things and to make more decisions. I feel like a lot of times now that the movies are like, instead of telling the whole truth, they are fabricated.
Right.
I feel like it doesn't make sense because if you're going to allow the children to do and make all these adult decisions, then you got to feed them the truth instead of spoon feed them some bullshit. Excuse my language.
Right. Right. Right.
You got to tell them the truth because they need to know if I do this or if I make this certain turn, this is what's going to happen to me, and this is, this may be the outcome. Um, I'm really not a big TV person like that, so I
What did you
think
think
the
about the R. Kelly thing? Well, not even to get to R. Kelly. I just mentioned that because we're talking about they had a whole series about him. I think that's really what turned the tables and really got him jammed up all the way. But what do you think about that? And then even the whole R. Kelly thing in general.
the whole R. Kelly situation to me was kind of like tipsy turvy because I think a lot of the parents should have been in jail because they were pimping their children out. They knew what was going on. Once the money stopped, that's when people started wanting to talk. And I feel like, I feel like he played a big role, but I feel like the parents played a big role as well. I don't feel like it was just a thing where, he was just doing all this by himself.
Right.
I didn't really agree with some of the stuff that was going on, but I feel like the parents should have been in jail as well.
Right. Right. I agree on all that. I'm kind of back and forth with the R. Kelly thing as well. I think it's a lot of stuff involved with it. On both sides. My only thing with R. Kelly is just I just think he got a little too cocky at the end when a lot of the heat was coming on him, and he just continued to carry on with them, especially them two girls where a lot of the heat was coming from. Um,
Yeah.
and especially being that he got off already, so you know how they feel about that. Once you already been through the system, you got off. They don't like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
they hate that. And he's a
they
black
hate
man.
that. So that was my only problem with him, how he was carrying on, like openly, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? That part. But yeah, that's a whole nother situation. I just wanted your take on Kels. So we got everything. I think we covered everything. Is there anything else you want to speak about or that we did not speak about that you want to mention?
No, we covered everything. I want to thank you so much for allowing me to come onto your show. I had an awesome time. I think the topic was great. The conversation was everything. Your questions were awesome. So thank you
Wow.
so much. And whenever you want me back, you know where I'm at.
Okay, thank you. It's an honor, and I really appreciate you coming on my platform as well. I agree. The conversation was great. Everything was natural. I didn't want to make you uncomfortable in any type of way, but it seems to me you're open about everything, and it's just I got to learn a lot about you tonight, and I was just like amazed at a lot. And again, I congratulate you for everything you've been through and come through, and the woman you are today, and the accomplishments that you've made and everything. I salute you and congratulate you, and much more success throughout your journey because I know it's far from over. So much love to you and thank you.
Thank you so much.
Yes, much love, sweetheart. Peace.
Same to you. Bye bye.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was Theresa Jenkins. I think that was a great show. Thank you, everyone. I think that was a great show. We had just a great conversation. I didn't really know where it was going to go because I know her story is so deep, so I just want to really let her tell it in her own words. And we were able to accomplish that. Shout out to DD, my producer, for making it happen. Um, Shout out to my boy Ray, man. What's up, Ray? I ain't seen you in a minute, my boy. Good to see you, homie. Hope to see you. Sunday. I know everyone. Oh, today is Saturday. I'm not used to doing this on Saturdays. Usually it's DD and conversation in the hookah lounge, but this was the only way we could get our guests tonight. So we made a couple changes. So that's the only reason I'm on tonight. You feel me? But tomorrow is Sunday, and you already know how we get down on Sundays, bro. You know what I mean? Oldies Rule Forever, #1 rated show. So make sure you tune in. It's gonna be me and my girl Nate Love. We're gonna serenade you. We got some special shit too. I got some special shit for you tomorrow. I got some things. Yeah, it's gonna be real special tomorrow. So make sure you tune in. Um, yeah, I'll leave it at that because you know me, I'll start playing music now, and I don't want to do that. Shout out to my boy Fernie with the sauce. Ready for tomorrow. I know my boy Fernie's ready. I know you got some bangers for me, Fernie. You know what I mean? Fernie is like my co-DJ too. He requests a lot of stuff, but he got some heat over there. So uh, can't wait, bro. Diary from Hell. That's a hell of a title, huh, Brenda? Diary from Hell. That's the name of her book. It's on Amazon and all the platforms where they sell books. So go download, go get that right there. Diary from Hell. That's a hell of a fucking title. Um, but yeah, tomorrow, Oldies Rule Forever Sundays, me and Nate Love, it's gonna be incredible. You know what I mean? So make sure you tune in. Shout out to DD Conversation Hookah Lounge. We'll be back next week. What else is popping? I gotta go to my boy. Shout out to my boy Incredible Javier's channel. I got to listen to only a little bit of the interview, but he changed the time on me, so I knew I was going live tonight. But I'm about to go back and listen to Corey's interview part 2. That's my girl too, so I gotta go show support. And I heard the interview was great. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna go back and listen to that. No parking on the dance floor. Okay, Brenda. See, I'll start playing music right now. I can't go there. You know what I mean? I can't go there right now. We got to save it for tomorrow. So, it's a lot of people in here though. Damn, I don't just want to leave, but you know, I got some heat for tomorrow. Okay, it's gonna be epic. There's a lot of people in here. I don't want to leave you guys, man, but I gotta go. I'm gonna go back and listen to this interview right now. You know what I mean? And save some for tomorrow. So, um, I guess you guys enjoy your night. Let's hear a song. Look, see Brenda. See Brenda. Brenda, you're a bad influence. You're a bad influence, Brenda. One time for your mind. Okay. Okay, one time for your mind. Shout out to my homie Grindhouse TV. Play something. Ray Angel's a low riding king. Let's go, homie.
You don't get a move on that body.
We're doing this one for Brenda with love. One time for the Brenda Dizzle. Let's go. Gotta go get some ice. I'll be right back. Hey, that's going out to Brenda with love. She got me started in here tonight, man. It's Saturday, man. It's Saturday night. Right, it's Saturday. So, with that being said, shout out to my homeboy Chef. Chef, you going live anytime soon with Baby Chef? I was amazed how smart she is and such a great reader. The Drunken Chef. Much love, homie. I'm dancing over here. Bernie with the sauce.
I really gotta have you, 'cause what my body feels, I can't take away. And you're so exciting.
Okay.
That you take my breath away. So get ready and let me love you. I've got the answer right inside me. Love is a gamble. I wanna take you. I wanna win, girl. So let me know what's on your mind. I'm curious.
Okay, is there anything else anyone wants to hear while I'm here?
I wanna know what's on your mind. I'm curious.
Hey, half the bounce. Thanks for joining us.
I'm curious. I wanna know
All right,
what's on your mind.
Thank you, DD.
We should get it together. 'Cause right now, love is feeling strong. And
Shout out to Tina Marie. It's her birthday today. May she rest in peace.
I wanna hold you. Oh, lovely lady. Hear my intentions.
Oh, thank you, Brenda. You're welcome.
Love is a gamble. I wanna take you. I wanna win, girl. So let me know what's on your mind. I'm curious. About your loving. I'm curious. I wanna know what's on your mind. I'm curious. About your loving. I'm curious. I wanna know what's on your mind.
Yes, sir. Check this out, man. It Must Be Magic by Tina Marie. Going out to my homeboy Fernie with the sauce. Rest in peace, Tina Marie. Happy birthday. We love you.
You are under my power. It is the power of love.
Rest in peace to Rick James, too. Happy Saturday, people. It's Saturday night. Hey, thanks, homie. The Drunken Chef, thanks, my boy.
You see my kisses taste like magic. Well, stop. That's got to be the classic line.
Yes, sir. Legendary. From Venice Beach. Shout out to Tina Marie.
I pull a rabbit out my hat across the black cat's path to find you.
Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh shit. Look who. Shout out to Nate Love. What's up, baby? Yeah, it's a party. Hey, you know what? It really wasn't a party. We just had an interview, and then Brenda Love convinced me to play music, so it's a party now. But what's up, Nay?
You got me tilted just like a pinball machine. You work in mine is such a magical feeling. You
Yeah,
got
that's
me
her twin right there.
tilted just like a pinball machine, and I love it, love it, love it. You say you know I got the potion. Well, stop. No, baby, don't stop, don't you dare. Aladdin, Houdini, and Merlin the magician. To you, they never could compare. I see no
What's
long
up, baby? Glad you can make it.
Can't escape those two eyes. And we don't need no crystal ball, 'cause we have said it all in love. Oh, it must be magic. It must be magic. Got me under your spell. It must be magic. Oh, baby, it must be magic. You got me tilted just like a pinball machine. Keep working my love, such a magical feeling. You got me tilted just like a pinball.
Hey, Nay, is there anything you want to hear, Nay?
Love it, love it, love it. I can't get
What you want to hear, Nay?
love it, no, no, no. Oh, it must be magic. It must be magic. Got me under your spell. It must be magic.
Hey, make sure you guys tune in tomorrow night. Oldies Rule Forever Sundays. We got something real special for you tomorrow night. Tune in.
It must be magic, 'cause it feels so good to me. It must be magic, got me loving you. It must be magic, 'cause it feels so good to me.
Shout out to Fernie with the sauce. Thanks, homie. Gracias. Shout out to my homeboy from Compton, Southside Crippo. Salute, my boy.
Under your spell, ooh, it must be magic. Under your spell, what is it? What is it? Under your spell, ooh, it must be magic. What is it?
What is it?
What is it? What is it? It must be magic, 'cause it feels so good to me. It must be magic, got me under your spell, baby. It must be magic, 'cause it feels so good to me. It must be magic, our good fortune, I can tell, baby. It must be magic, we're gonna take it to the top. It must be magic, don't you let the magic stop. It must be magic, got me love, got me love, got you love, got me love, got you love, got me loving you. It must be magic, 'cause it feels so good to me. It must be magic, got me under your spell, baby. It must be magic, 'cause it feels so good to me. It must be magic. Temptation sing.
Hey, Tina had the Temptations with her. That's cold right there. That's cold. Let me do this one right here for Fernie with the sauce. Yes, sir. Rest in peace to Tina Marie, one of my favorites.
Well, I read you freaks.
Straight out of Venice, California.
Lady T.
It's going out to my homeboy Fernie with the sauce. Yup.
I'm just a sucker for love, sucker for love, sucker for love, baby. I'm just a sucker for love, sucker for love, sucker for love. Well, you're a fine, sexy little lady. You like your candy very sweet. You're a classy little dame, sophisticated game, and you know all of the best restaurants to eat.
Baby, you two are a mellow fellow, and you're as rare as vintage wine. I'll take you any place, fit into your time and space. That's why I chose to make you mine.
Salute everyone, salute.
I'm just a sucker for love, sucker for love, sucker for love, baby. I'm just a sucker for love, sucker for love, sucker for your love, baby.
What's up, homeboy? Much love.
Sometimes you get mad at me, baby, and you don't want to see my face around. Times may get rough, but I know there's enough freaky love when my love tumbles down. Didn't you?
Don't you do that, don't you do that. That's what I used to say. I got mad and didn't want your touch. How could I resist when you start to kiss? Then once again I let you in.
Saludo, salute. What you drinking on tonight? It's Saturday, people. What we drinking tonight? Hey, welcome, Diva. Make sure if you don't do anything else in your life, make sure you're here on Sunday night. Oldies Rule Forever Sundays. Feed them at Rolas. With me and they love coffee. She's drinking coffee. Okay, okay. I know you love your Starbucks. Are you drinking Starbucks? Shout out to my boy, Ray Angels. Much love. Shout out to low riding ass Preston. I'm going to sub. That part. Subscribe right now. Like, subscribe, share the channel. Drinking wine. That's what's up, Diva. Hit that like button for the homie. That part. It's free, man. It's free. Not tonight. Made some at home. Okay. Shout out to my baby Nate Love. My partner. You shut it down on Sundays. Just a sucker for your love. Rest in peace, Tina Marie. Happy birthday. Hey, that's a bad jam, Fernie. Shout out to my homeboy Fernie with the sauce on the dedication right there. Salute. Shout out to my boy Incredible Javier. Shout out to Corey. Heard it was a great interview tonight. That's going out to my way Fernie with the sauce. We're doing it for Tina Marie tonight, man. You know, it's her birthday. She's resting in heaven, so. And it's Saturday night. You know, we drinking, we smoking, we just having a good time. You know what I mean? So everybody get up. Shout out again to my special guest, Theresa Jenkins. Great interview. Much love. Go back and check it out if you missed it. Said what I'm sipping. I got this Henny tonight, man. I got this bottle of Henny, man. I really don't do Henny anymore, but I got some, you know, so I'm gonna take care of that tonight, bro. I'm taking it light though, because I respect Hennessy now. Square this. No, not tonight, man. I switch it up. Man. I don't know if that's good or not. But nah, not tonight.
Don't be too slick now.
Got you, bro.
Talk to me.
I've heard a boatload of other ladies rap, but they ain't got nothing on me. I'm less than 5'1", 100 pounds of foot. I like sophisticated funk. I live on Don Perignon, caviar, filet mignon, and you can best believe that's bone. Here's what I'm talking about.
Square biz. Yep. Lady
I've
T.
been with Pastor Shoney a little bit, and some they call me Vanilla Child. But you know that don't mean my world to me, cause baby names can't cramp my style. I love chicken and bus collard greens, a little hot water cornbread. I love you too, cat daddy, but don't you let that go to your head. That's what I'm talking about, square.
Shout out to Pam Taylor. What's up, Pam? Much love to you. Thank you.
You know I like the rituals and right.
What's up? Have a great night. Thank you, man. Make sure you come back tomorrow night, though. Sunday night. Make sure you're here, bro. I'm sorry, Diva. Make sure you're here tomorrow night. Western Ave Queen. Etsy's and all that. What up?
So don't you have no doubt, I'm gonna spell it out. If you to the T, that is. I got the best of most, baby, from coast to coast, and I don't wanna boast, but I love you, square this. I'm talking square this to you, baby. Square this. I'm talking love, square this. Square this. I'm talking square this to you, baby. Square this. I'm talking love, square this. Woo! I'm gonna talk about my love.
Yep. Okay. You missed a great. Hey, I wish you was here earlier, Western Ave Queen. You missed a great interview with this lady I had on tonight. So if you missed it, please go back and check it out. It was dope.
I'm gonna talk about it. I'm gonna talk about my love. I'm gonna talk about it. I'm gonna talk about my love. I'm gonna hip you to the T. I'm just dancing on the T. Dancing. Jacking, killing, making the T. Well,
That's Lady T right there, Tina Marie. May she rest in peace. It was her birthday today, man. One of my favorite female vocalists ever. Check this out right here. This is going out to Brenda with love from Fernie with the sauce. What up, Maniac?
Now the dude's so funky, hey, what do you think? What is it called? It's called a lakeside stank. Come along and ride on a fantastic voyage. I'm the captain of this vessel. We wanna take you on a cruise. All around the land, music is at hand. We wanna play it for you. You see, we want to be. We want to be a crew of entertainers. Jam to the music, to the beat. Jam, yeah. There's nothing restrained. We just want you to feel nothing but pleasure. Musical pleasure. Yeah, yeah. Music can be real. Really real. Truly a treasure. Musical treasure. Come along, pack your bags, get on up and jam on. Come on and ride on the funky y'all. Come along and ride on the fantastic voyage. We're the directors of this cruise ship, and you are under our command, yeah. What you should do.
Hey, Brenda, it's your fault. You started this stuff, Brenda. You started it, Brenda.
So you can understand. You know what you see. People having a good time. Everybody happy. Do you wanna party? Hate the beat. That's what's stomping music. Keeps the people dancing. We Physical pleasure. Want you to feel the world of fantasy. It's a fantasy. Pleasure. Physical pleasure. Come along, dance in the sunshine. If I go on the line, I'm losing to these memories. So there's your treasure. Physical treasure. Come along, pack your bags, get on up and jam, y'all. Come on and ride on the funk now.
Come along and ride on the. Happy Saturday to everyone out there, man. We just having fun tonight. It's Saturday, so what the hell? You know what I mean? I really couldn't just leave like that, you know? So we're gonna have fun. Hey, peace, homie. Much love, Drunken Chef. Make sure, please come back tomorrow, bro. Tomorrow night. Trust me, bro. Trust me. You don't want to miss it.
To the land of funk, to the land of funk, to the land of funk.
Yeah, why not? Right, that part.
Hey, come on, take a ride. There's a party over there that ain't no job. It's live, it's all the way live. Don't even have to walk, don't even have to drive. It's slide, slippity slide. Just forget about the troubles in your 9 to 5 and just sail on. That's what you do, just sail on. Now the dude's so funky, hey, what do you think? What is it called? It's called a lakeside swing.
That's a bad jam. It's going out to Brenda with love for Fernie. That's a bad jam right there.
If you're ready to party and you want to get down, bring your mom, your aunt, and brother James Brown, bring Auntie M and Toto too, and all the party people to do their do. We'll dance and party till the early light and say, hey, we're feeling all right, so come on, take a ride. There's a party over there that ain't no lie. We're leaving here in a cloud of smoke, and that's all, folks. Oh, yeah. We just want to be musical pleasure.
Yes, sir. Shout out to my homeboy Big D, keeping it real.
Musical treasure. Hurry up, pack your bags and jam, y'all.
That's Lakeside right there. Shout out to Coolio. That's when my boy Fernie going out to Brenda with love. Check this out right here, though, man. Check this out. It's Saturday night, right? So we might as well get into it like this.
Serious.
Yep. It ain't always rule forever, but it's Saturdays with G-Lew and the crew. That part.
Oh, baby. Best can rub the fireplace. I run my fingers all over your face. Kiss and hug a lovely taste. Close your eyes, drift into space. Secrets learned, secrets to keep. With one concern, we have no time for sleep. Emotions overflow, shouldn't be denied. Cling to me for the magic ride. Intimate connection, baby. Serious. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Intimate connection, baby. Serious. Oh, baby. Relax, my love, spread your wings for the flight. We'll take a pleasure cruise all through the night. Intoxicated with so much affection, spontaneity the only direction. Put your trust in me, have no fear. Soon that special moment will be here. I'm gonna take you where you've never been before. I'll be the key, you be the door. Intimate connection, baby. Serious.
I know y'all know who sampled this, right?
Intimate connection, baby. Serious. Oh, baby.
Sounds so beautiful, don't you agree? Man, I feel good. I feel good right now. Man, that's a bad jam. Rest in peace, homie Pop. We here for your service. Don't get nervous. It's Saturday night, man. It's Saturday Night Live. Shout out to my special guest. I just did her interview tonight. That's all I did, but it turned into a party. So let's party, people. Hold up.
No experience will ever be so sweet. I can't wait till we repeat. Intimate connection, baby. Serious.
Yeah.
Oh, baby. Intimate
Shout out to my boy, Crippo, Southside Compton. Shout out to the Southside. Hey, hold on. Let me do this for Western Ave Queen. Okay. Shout out to my boy. Shout out to my bro CeeLo.
I'm just coasting, drop the top and roll straight. SMVCC 805 is the ghost day. Ain't no place that I'd rather be than the BIG, BAD13C. I got love for the place that raised me, even though times get a little crazy. So I gotta give love back. Either gang bang slang or pull a motherfucking jack. It's all good cause I'm dropping nice cars. Pretty soon 25 the lots spit behind bars. A ruthless lifestyle cause I'm a son of a gun. I'm only 19, but when I live to see 21, I love a motherfucker, so you better step back. Try to pull a jack, I'll feed you bullets for a fucking snack. Pero ahorita que se up on the lane, coming from T-Track, por vida loco sureño.
Too loud, smashing deep in my city. Once I'm acting up just because I'm rolling clean in a Chevy. Dark skin Mexican, standing 5'4", put the pedal to the floor, hit my glass backs roll. Hit the corner with the passion, on my way to the market. T-Train shotgun with a blunt ready to spark it. 10:30 in the morning, but I don't care. Hit the switch, lock it up, chronic smoke in the air. Hard glare with my looks on, ready to make some hits. Ready to make some grip with my dope ass lyrics. Stacking up my pay food like regular. And just man, my homie.
Hey, shout out to my bro.
Shout
out to my bro CeeLo out there, man. In San Bernardino, love you, bro.
As I cruise down the overpass, till I stop filling up my cup to the rim. All the while feeling jail from the bud, so I grin.
I get lost, feel I've been lost. You will be my salvation. When I get lost, feel I've been lost. You will be my salvation.
Now let me introduce the G's, the LOCs. Let me get myself on as I'm gliding through the breeze. Keep on matching as the tracks keep dropping. Ain't no stopping when I'm up and hopping. Jump the ride to the side, cause I'm happy with my
shout out to Western Ave Queen for the request.
To the oldies every day, yeah, my life is getting better and better. Blaze a Vega in the morning, then I'm down for whatever. Deluxe pick me up about 11:32. I said I'm down to clamber, what the hell we gonna do? Santa Maria, SMVP, scooped up J Bird, Ray, and the CUZ. I got my cousin buzzing in the back. Chronic smoke, hot box full of contact. Now it's time to roll to the pothole and spark another bowl. Let the rag top fold on the 3 times go. Now where we go from here? Keep on mashing through the Central Coast atmosphere. For the things that
Bust it out, bust it out, man.
For the reason why I'm
Fuck all that coffee, bust out the alcohol, man.
Living day by day, doing what I gotta do to get my fortune fact. But I'm lost in a system not made for me. So I'm forced to break rock, straight go for mine. G19.
You already know, Queen. Love you, sis.
Red, white to the green, always looking out just in case fools jump. Time to handle shit and break them off real quick. Take a look around your fool, then take a close look. Cause all the shit I see, I jotted down in my rhyme book. My homies dropping off like flies in 95. The ones that survive, I take a steel cage bus ride. But for me, I ain't sucker free. Cause folks is on the tank trying to gang CLSC. We see they coming straight from the get-go. We ran our own undercover game though. Fools didn't even know that we was real to the heart, see. Being true to the game, that's how it is. In the SMV, holding on to my dream, make it to the top. But I'm stuck paying costs, fucked up cause I'm lost.
I get lost, feel I've been crossed. She will be my salvation. I get lost, feel I've been crossed. She will be my salvation.
Special shouts goes out to all my homies that was down from the get-go. Like my homie Cuz, what's up, dog?
Yeah, what's up to my homie J Bird?
Yeah, Ray kicking it, know what I'm saying?
Yeah, gotta say what's up to my homie Bones.
Yeah, Spark Dog straight cruising in the L keeping.
Oh shit.
Yeah, what's up, Crazy Joseph?
Yeah, don't let it go there.
Yeah, what's up, Steve, my homie Low?
Yeah, DJ Bishop keep spinning them homies. Straight from the SMV, Southern California. Mexican invasion. Yeah.
Hey, I wanna thank Western Ave Queen for requesting that right there, because Cali Lifestyle, they forget about them, man. They sleep on Cali Lifestyle. Those boys were hard on my mama, man. Let me do this one right here with my homeboy Fernie with the sauce. It's a Saturday night party, man. Saturday Night Live, after hours. G-Lew, Nate Love, Brenda Love, Western Ave Queen. Shout out to Jay Santoro. Shout out from the East Coast, Boston. What up? I want to do something freaky to you. Let's get into it like this right here. Have no fear. Shout out to Denise Castillo in the OC. Can you play Closer to My Dreams? Yes, I can. Orderly, gangster ass jam. Let's go. Do you know who sampled this?
I wanna do something freaky to you, baby. Oh, baby. I wanna do something freaky to you right now. Oh, baby. Your love is like a mountain, and I'd love to slide down into your canyon. Slide in the valley of love. In the valley of love. I won't rest until
But what song? What song? Western Ave Queen.
I wanna do something freaky to you, baby. Oh, baby. I wanna do something freaky to you right
Okay. Okay.
I won't quit.
Yes, sir.
Blow your mind.
Yes, sir.
Compatible or not, I'll hit the spot. In the name of love, ooh, everything I got.
Now we low ride. That part. Hey, salute to everyone out there tonight, man. Salute to you on this Saturday night. If you were here with me and all of us, you were popping that. Salute to you. It's all love over here. All love, no hate.
Oh, baby, I wanna do something freaky to you right now.
Hey, bang that like button for me. Bang that like button, please.
I don't wanna spoil your thing to me, but my style of love is totally free. I'll put it where you want it, cause you need it. I'll make it good, and I won't mistreat it. I wanna do something freaky to you, baby. Oh, baby. I
Fiji
wanna
water.
do something freaky to you.
What's up, fam? Fiji water? Hey, that Fiji water is good. That's good. That's good for you.
Freakish, baby.
Keep everything moist, you know what I mean?
A little freakish, baby. A little freakish, baby.
Yes, sir. Leon Hayward right there.
Of the zodiac sign. I won't quit, no, till I blow your mind. Ooh, I'll hit the spot. In the name of love. In the name of love. In the name of love. In the name of love.
Oh, wait. Yes, sir. Thank you, Brenda. Okay, hold on. Let me do this right here. Somebody requested this right here. They said they want a low ride, so we got a low ride right quick. Let me play this, and I got Fernie. No, I got Brenda. I got you next, Brenda, okay? Hold tight. Take this ride with me. Happy Saturday, people. Saturday Night Live After Hours G-Lew Show. Let's go.
As the wheels turn city to city, hundreds spoke, chronic smoke, twist up another Philly.
Done dilly, them niggas still tripping off that old shit.
Really?
How silly.
It's a whole nother day.
Yeah.
Snoop Dogg
and Doc motherfucking Dre.
Nigga, can you feel this?
It's the D.O. devil. You don't run up, you won't see no trouble.
If you caught up in these fucking streets,
Who you gon' call when the niggas getting ready to play us?
yeah, and if that shit's getting ugly,
Who you gon' call when the niggas come to get in your ass?
I came to get in that ass. Big ditto, push the big kiddo. You hopping and popping, how about you hop up on my pedals? Got dirt on my pedals, I broke a few littles. It really don't matter, cause I'm only here to spit on and get on and shit on niggas. Do it to him, D.O. double right on, nigga. I'm sagging, bagging, slang them dubs. You motherfuckers think the wash is on soap and suds? What's up, good? If you're trying to get a dub sack page, man, the whole say below you so crazy. Popping that shit don't phase, man. I need my chips and the dip is like gravy.
now back to the lecture at hand. Perfection is expected and I'm feeling that demand. Los Angeles, broad day gunning. That ain't no earthquake, it's just Dre coming. If this shit ain't played, the party ain't bumping. If I don't show up, the hoes ain't fucking. Real talk. Cali sunshine, come visit. Just don't stop at stop signs with bullet holes in it. All-Star League, You riding benches, handles my business. Fuck fake niggas. I sell game, $250,000 a track. Snooping a good doc, back with a brand new sack. Shit's wrong, money gone, I blast. Out of town, out of bounds, no pass. Running up, talking shit, get smashed. Shoot first, ask questions last.
Falling back on that ass, hit the switch and let the ass just drain. 2001, 2002 tag. My nigga, what you holding? Step out with the Stacy's in the Snoop Dogg clothing. Rolling with the braids in my hair. Crimped out, way pimped out, oh yeah. You got to pay the cost to be the boss. After all that dirt, I got to get my shit washed. The wash.
The wash. Yeah, I had to do that for my homeboy Crippo from Compton. What up, my boy? Much love. The wash. Let me do this one right here for Denise Castillo. Brenda, I have you up next. Hold on one second. I want to get closer.
Closer to my dream. Coming over me. I'm getting high. Closer to my dream. I'm getting higher and higher. Feel it in my sleep. Sometimes it feels like I'll never go past you. Sometimes it feels like I'm stuck forever. And I'm going high.
Got you, Nate.
Closer to my dream. I'm going higher, higher. I can almost feel. Sometimes you just have to let go. Leaving all my fears to burn down. Push them all away so I can go closer to my dreams. Feel it all over me. Close your eyes and see what you believe.
That's a bad jam right there. Shout out to Denise Castillo. Shout out to the OC, Santa Ana, working with the sauce in the penthouse suite. Ooh wee. My boy's in the penthouse tonight.
I can feel my dreams.
He said I'm in Castle Brenda. Carlo in the house. Hey, Carlo, that's my brother right there. Hey, everyone out there, you know the dude that's in the video doing the dancing with me with the homie Sticks. That's him now right there. That's my brother right there, Carlo. G-Lew at the beach with a nice sunset and palm. That part right there. Brenda with love. This is for you.
I don't even know you.
Cushion Hennessy, what up?
Why do I feel this way? Thinking about you every day, and I don't even know you. Take me in your arms, thrill me with all of your charm, and I'll take to the sky on a natural high, loving you more till the day I die. Take to the sky, I want you to be mine, loving you more. If you have anything,
That part right there.
call me and I will do it for you. And I don't even know you. If I only had one wish to give, that wish would be for you to me forever and ever. When I see you on the street, my heart skips a beat, and I take to the sky. I just take to the sky, loving you more till the day I die. Take to the sky on a natural high, loving you more.
That's what I'm the Brenda with love right here, man. That's Bloodstone. Sounds so beautiful, don't you agree? This is what we do on Sunday night, so make sure you're here tomorrow night. I'm telling you, man.
I'm gonna try to do all the things you want me to, if you just give me a chance. I'm trying to make something out of nothing, romance, and I don't even know you. Take me in your arms, thrill me with all of your charm, and I'll take to the sky on a natural high, loving you more till the day I die. Take to the sky on a natural high,
Bad jam.
loving you more.
Shout out to Brenda with love.
Take to the sky on a natural high, loving you more till the day I die. Take to the sky on a natural high, loving you. Take to the sky.
That's going out to Brenda with love. Let me do this for Nay with love. My love. Nay love, what up? Let's do it again. Saturday nights. Oh yeah, that part, CeeLo. Hey, tune in tomorrow. Kevin Slow Jam, I got a special surprise for you tomorrow. Tune in tomorrow night. That's all I'm gonna say.
Wanna do it again. Do it. Do it. Let's do it again. Sometimes the rain, grooving when I hear the sound, like you and me, baby, getting down with the sounds around. Oh, the smell of the morning flower as we pass away the hours. I wanna do it again, do it again, do it. Let's do it in the morning, sweet breeze in the summertime. Feel your sweet face, all laid up next to mine. Sweet love in the midnight, good sleep come morning light. No getting good, just getting good, just getting good. Do it again, do it again, do it.
Now I like you, lady, so fine with your pretty hair. If you don't want to compliment, just dig a little closer. I'm just a man now, don't you fear? I can love you now, don't you hear? I wanna do it again, do it, I wanna do it again.
Oh! Do it. Do it again. Woo. Do it again. Do it again. Like a hammer on the block, the love began to rock. Give the sister love and pride. Feel pretty and satisfied. I'm not a girl to linger, but I feel like a butterfinger. I wanna do it again, do it. Just do it in the morning, sweet breeze in the summertime, feeling your sweet face, all laid up next to mine. Sweet love in the midnight, good sleep come morning light. No worry about it. Just getting good, just getting good, just getting good love. Do it again, 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 do it again. Do it, do it, do it. Do it, do it, do it again. Do it again, do it again, do it again, do it again. Do it again, do it again.
Hey, that's one out to Nate Love.
Do it again, do it again.
Bangers, memories of my big mama. R.I.P.
Do it, do it, do it. Oh,
Rest in
do
peace.
it again.
Not Dr. Hit, man.
Do it again, do it again. I got to do it again. Oh.
Hey, sounds so beautiful, don't you, with Cree, man? I gotta go. I'll be right back.
All these hoes in here, somebody here gon' fuck. All these niggas and all these hoes in here, somebody here gon' fuck. All these niggas and all these hoes in here, somebody here gon' fuck. All these niggas and all these hoes in here, somebody here gon' fuck.
Talking that, walking that, spitting it, hoes. Smoking this, drinking that, getting it, hoes. Fuck this, I'm hitting that, I'm hitting them both. Have one riding dick, one licking my toes. When I'm loving these hoes, there ain't no love involved. No hugs, no kisses, bare rugs, bare britches, rare bitches like them hoes in them black tail bitches. Bitch jumped off my dick.
Is that Dre over there?
Yeah, I just took some ecstasy. Ain't no telling what the side effects could be. All these fine bitches equal sex to me. Plus I got this bad bitch laying next to me. No doubt, sat back on the couch, pants down, rubber on, set to turn that ass out. Laid the bitch out, then I put it in her mouth, pulled out, nutted on the towel and passed out.
Come on, let's get high. Let's get high. Come on, let's get high. Let's get high. All my ladies, let's get high. High. Let's get high. Come on, let's get high.
I make the 4 hop, pull up at the spot. Weed by the barrels in my G'd up apparel. Stomping in the party, corrupt young body. I'm fucking something in this bitch, hit 'em with some gangsta shit. Put something in your mouth, bitch, real tasty. I'm looking real saucy in my gangsta ass Stacy's. Hit the party, ease up, corrupt with an ounce. And got all the hoes in this motherfucker bouncing.
Yo, what up, Squad Joe?
what's cracking? What's up with all these old punk ass hoes in here? Nigga, what? I'm a hustling bitch. I like them get rich niggas, them hit the switch niggas. Niggas out the sex and which bitch to hit next. While I'm kicking my game and collecting them chicks. Got all y'all niggas vexed to fuck this triple X rated hoe. You say you ain't eat it, you ate it though. And rock don't stop, can't be dropping no drawers. To the niggas, how you figure got you shitting in yours. Yeah, little dicks always running they mouth. While a bitch is better off to masturbate and be out. All you bitches up in here know what I'm talking about. Get the loot, get the ice, fuck the wife, no doubt. Trying to live lavish, marry a big dick and stay cabby. Holler back at them niggas that hollered at me. Pop the Chris, whip the 6 and shit. And have all y'all niggas limp when I twist my shit. Yeah, bitch ass niggas.
Okay, my bad. I'm back. I had to step away for a minute. Hey, what's popping, people? What we doing? What you want to hear? Let me know, please, because I'm lost in the sauce. I need Fernie with the sauce. Puff, puff, give, huh? What y'all want to hear? Let me know right quick. Nay love, anything you want to hear, sweetheart? Denise turned it up with that Dr. Dre though. Let's get high. What we got? Throwback, yeah. Cushion Henny, what's up, homie? We high. I'm high too. I'm fucked. No, I'm not fucked up, but I feel good. You know what I mean? What y'all want to hear? My bro CeeLo out there. CeeLo, give me something good, bro. Play what I oh, yeah. My bad, Western Ave Queen. She about to hey, my bad. Hold up. Let me get it. Okay. Okay, here we go. It's going out to Western Ave Queen.
Used to be the coolest back in the days when we ruled. Those that decided to follow us thought it was cool.
I got you,
Selling
Cuzzo.
from the corner store. Me and the homies had the motto, whatever you get, run out, go back and get some more.
What you want to hear
We
about
used to
Exhibit?
bomb cars, and every time we got caught or got in trouble, moms would break on ours. All the homies, we was real tight. Like 4 example, 3 of us and 1 hoochie, we all be sticking on the same night. Growing up together, know each other's past. If we ever need backup or whatever, be down the mass, homies for life.
Shout out to Cushion
Everybody
Hennessy.
rolled up.
I got that Hennessy.
Couple dead, couple blowed up. Always remember where you came from, and never forget the homies that was all up on your side when you was in deep. So this is dedicated to my G's. Another track for the homies, give it love by all means.
I fuck with the flow. Throwback. That part. Yes, sir. Let me see where we at. Let me see. Okay, there we go. It's going out to Western Ave Queen.
So much money to make, so many women to break. When we dropped out of school, was that a player's mistake? Moms moved to the other side. It's racist people, man, I hated that life and I ain't never lied. Had to struggle for our own good. Watch my homies and my G's turn the thugs to fiends in their own hood. It's a shame what we put our mama through. Knowing fools don't care on who they bring the drama to. Like for you, it's always been a case of taboo. 40 ounces, SKs, and a stick of bamboo. Thought you knew that life is too short. Homies either dead, locked up, or they twisted with this wicked coat. My G's coming up show with no support from their own kind, yet we pay get no mind. And 90C's pray we
Shout
all
out to
rest in
Cushion
peace,
Hennessy,
'cause the
baby.
streets make the violence increase. It's for my G's and my homies.
This is for my homies. This is for my G's. For my G's. This is for my homies. This is for my G's. For my G's. Shoo-be-doo-bop, my homies. Shoo-be-doo-bop. Giving you my homies. My G's. Shoo-be-doo-bop, bop, bop. Shoo-be-doo-bop.
Yes, sir. For the lover in you. Exhibit. Back to the criminal set. Okay.
I remember we was little boys, steady fighting each other. Then we grew up and down to die for one another. I love you, like you's the son of my mother. But now in 97, you's a bad mother. We need indeed to be more concerned. Cause if you play up in the fire, then you gonna get burned. I ain't one to preach, cause I need to be rich. It's a lot of brothers dead, west, south to the east. I didn't know Pac or Biggie Smalls, but I love y'all for the love of the game. In Jesus' name, we pray that every day could be a good day. Still brothers die by the blast of the AK. Let the kids know that it ain't all good. Who ride on another brother neighborhood? Get your cheese at ease and don't be phony. This is for the real, my one and only homie.
None. No chaser. None. Just ice.
Your brother someday, yeah. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. Said I heard it through the
You know we got the powder blue cups over here. Big much love our way. That part. Sorry, I got the red cups. I just when I got these cups, it was like a big ass, like 100 of them. So I got a lot of these cups. You know what I mean? They didn't have the blue cups, but it's all love. No color lines, man. No color lines. Salute to everyone. Commodores. Sail on. Okay.
I understand because I'm an OG myself.
That part. That's going out to Western Ave Queen. Check this out.
You know you want some more, girl. So come on. You know you want some more, girl. So come on. Let's get it on. Let's get it on.
I'm just looking at the ladies, all of them fine. I don't know which one I want, dog. I can't make up my mind, girl.
So won't you make it easy on me and take this drink and hit this weed? Two-step with me, let's slip to the dance floor. On and on and on and on we go. I'll dip you if you want me to. You see, I really want to get a little funk with you. Biggity bump with you. A nigga want to hump you and then just comfort you. And then I'll pop the top and lay you on the cot and get you nice and hot. Yeah, yeah, it's all to the real. We can do it like God. Come on, girl, let's chill.
You know you want some more, girl. So come on. You know you want some more, girl. So come on. Let's get it on. Let's get it on.
Come on, man, let's get blown. Now you can fly the friendly skies with the SNOOPDOGGY. Now don't ask why. Just keep looking good in the hood. Damn, girl, you're so fly. We can do what you want to. You say you drink Alizé or was it Malibu? It don't really matter though. You remind me of the time when I had a hoe. She kept telling me, doggy dog, I gotta go. So I let her get in the wind and co-mac the friend. 2 + 2, it equals 4. This is some shit that can last forevermore. I'm trying to put my bid in. No, I'm just kidding. Come on, Ma, get in. And don't ask where we going. Pippin' and hoeing, drink pouring and weed blowing. You know it, come on.
You know you want some more, girl.
Hey, that's going out to Yvonne Berkeley, cousin Marcy. Shout out to Queen G.
You know you want some more, girl.
Yeah.
So come on.
Pamela Taylor. Let's get it. Okay.
Let's get it on.
Come here, baby. I've been looking at you from the corner of my eyes, checking out your hips, lips, tips, and your thighs. I've been wanting to do you for a mighty long time. You make a pimp wanna sing, aye. We'll head to the hills, your dreams I fulfill. We can do it how you want, cause I'm oh so real. Telling you, nah, I won't squeal. You with the big boss dog, so seal the deal. For real, got the baby face, and dog got the whip appeal. So name the place. This love I bring to you. On the real, baby girl, won't you do me your favor and say snap?
You know you want some more, girl. So come on.
Can I get my thrills?
You know you want some more, girl. So come on. Let's get low. Let's get low. If I got it, I'ma give it to you. If I got it, I'ma give it to you.
If I got it,
If I got it, I'ma give it to you.
you can get it.
You know. Hey.
Oh, that's going out people on Berkeley. It's a party in here tonight, Saturday night. I see you, Pam. Play Snoop Dogg. It's in the air. I know, man. It's like, let me do this right here for my homeboy from Compton. Exhibit.
Outside the South Central area, few cared about the violence because it didn't affect them.
Back to the criminal set. But they can't catch me yet. Don't trip, you might break your neck and get wet from the rain of the tech. Back to the criminal set. But they can't catch me yet. Your gun bumping gon' lead the gun up, and I'm the one when the party is jumping.
I heard the OGs ain't on hit, and I'm the only one left from the West that you can't fuck with. But lately I've been feeling like Will Smith. Why bother with rap when I can get 20 mil on a flip? Y'all niggas just start some shit. The underdog making songs for them hogs and them bloods and crips. When it's shaw by the mall where the Muslims sit. After all, who do you call to rock your shit? What's the ghetto bird circle above? Reminisce of the dust kicked up, the dirt swept under the bug. Duct tape, ski mask, tape recorders, QK's razor blades and baking soda. First learn how to cook in a coffee pot. Make the block get hot like lava rock. Got love for the block cause I came from that. But I ain't afraid to go right back.
Yeah. Back to the criminal set. But they can't catch me yet. Don't trip, you might break your neck and get wet from the rain of the tech. Back to the criminal set. But they can't catch me yet. Your gun bumping gon' lead the gun up, and I'm the one when the party is jumping.
It's a suicide, it's a suicide. If you ever get the heart to try fucking with mine. No chains, I'm rocking the 9. You riding the pine, the heavy metal knock you out of your mind. Now, how many really gon' ride when the war start? Eating alive by these hollow tip darts. My 12 gates to tear you apart. Don't get caught up to light, the house party or the neighborhood park. Mr. X marks the spot, then pops the mark. Turn your whole neighborhood to a parking lot. I paid the cost to be the boss and will do my time standing up till I get an appeal. These weapons too real to conceal, so why bother? Semper Fidelis, I learned from my father. Always stay faithful to myself and grow. And when I catch that ass after the show,
back to the criminal set. But they can't catch me yet. Don't trip, you might break your neck and get wet from the rain of the tech. Back to the criminal set. But they can't catch me yet. Your gun bumping gon' lead the gun up, and I'm the one when the party is jumping.
I'm slick and slippery on a high-speed chase all the way to the victory. Y'all niggas is stone cold mysteries. Too weak, can't stand in the ring with me. Put a pussy back in his place. Straight lace with a strong arm steady gang up in your face. I run a race with the west on my back. Why, you're the reason why they say niggas in the west can't rap. Ever since the white concourse light, I've been unmatched. The avalanche in the hood and attack. Just hardcore actual facts. Never wait, just react when them killers come at you with gas. Had to dig the knife out of my back. Now I'm back on track. Hitting laps about to widen the gap. Yo, it ain't the long fall from the top that got him. It was a sharp sun stop at the bottom.
Back to the criminal set. But they can't catch me yet. Don't trip, you might break your neck and get wet from the rain of the tech. Back to the criminal set. But they can't catch me yet. Your gun bumping gon' lead the gun up, and I'm the one when the party is jumping.
Take a deep breath in and let it out. Another deep breath in and let the air flow out. Inhale again and let your whole body open up with the air.
Hold on. gotta do this one right here for Pamela Taylor. For the Queen Tina Marie from Venice Beach, California. It's her birthday today. She's resting in peace.
Remember that night? You remember? On a starry winter night in Portugal, where the ocean kissed the southern shore, there a dream I never thought would come to pass came and went like time spent through an hourglass. You made love to me like fire and rain. You know you got to be a hurricane, killing me with kisses oh so subtly. You make love forever, baby. You make love forever. I ain't gonna let you go that easy. You got to say you love me too. I ain't gonna let you go that easy. I'm gonna give it all to you. Portuguese say love, oh, won't you say it to me, say it to me, say you love me, baby. Portuguese say love, oh, won't you say it to me, say it to me, say you love me, baby. Portuguese say love, oh, won't you say it to me, say it to me, say you love me, baby. Portuguese say all the nights we made love till the morning star. Then you crooned a song to me on your guitar. Was it so familiar, falling soft my name? Sunlight dancing slowly through love's window pane. You may look to me like sugar and spice. Hush my broken heart, this must be paradise. Killing me with kisses so tenderly. You make love forever, baby. You make love forever. I ain't gonna let you go that easy. You got to say you love me too. I ain't gonna let you go that easy. I'm gonna give it all to you. Portuguese say love, oh, won't you say it to me, say it to me, say you love me, baby. Portuguese say love, oh, won't you say it to me, say it to me, say you love me, baby. Portuguese say love, oh, won't you say it to me, say it to me, say you love me, baby. Portuguese say, amore Portuguese say you love me, baby. Amore Portuguese say you love me. You can't say amore, feeling too hard to ignore. Say amore Portuguese, you got to say you love me. You knew that you felt good to me. Oh, baby, oh, from the first kiss to the last I'm trembling. You may look to me like no other man. If you please, I like to go back there again.